Hello and welcome back. Last we left off, our wonderful adventurers, Faye Fortuna, had decided that they were going to, two of them decided they were going to rob a mansion. The other ones decided they were going to have some guard duty for the evening, which went rather swimmingly. Not much to note in the last game. Few words were exchanged between party members, getting to learn a little bit more about who these people are and why we should care when I mercilessly kill them. But for Faye Fortuna, another night of sleep catches you, and you awaken the next day, ready to take on the world. What would you all like to do?
Over the fact that you're just trying to kill us.
Did I say that out loud?
You did this time.
Oops.
Slightly out loud.
Oops.
Moving on.
But you all rouse from your slumber early in the morning, just as the sun slowly begins to rise. The sky slowly turning from shades of gray to a vibrant blue as time moves forward. What would you like to do?
Wait as if I'm still chanting until Bale and Wilder leave the room.
I'm just kind of like, I haven't done an honest day's work in a while. Gonna kind of like bright-eyed, bushy-tail, get out.
You stood around for a couple hours.
Honest day's work.
I'll go out and I'll join my fellows at the table.
Easy enough.
As soon as they're out of the room, I'm gonna retrieve the knife and stash it at my waist belt, under my cloak in the back.
No problem. You surreptitiously remove the floorboard that you had so easily pried up the day prior and find the blade untouched and unnoticed as you slide it back behind your back. Kind of drape your cloak over it.
And I'm gonna come out and go up to the bar and grab breakfast for everyone.
So the friendly bar owner who's normally there is not here today, instead replaced by the barmaid. She takes your order and those of your party and says your food will be out shortly.
Sweet.
It's quiet.
Is that included with the rooms?
Yes, it's included.
Today's the day the ferry leaves, right?
Yeah, we gotta get a move on.
Yep,
Yeah,
if we're
you
headed
have
to
to
if we're headed to Fellflame today, we should probably move out as quickly as possible.
Did anyone have
You gotta
anything they need to
make-
do?
Yeah, I gotta stop by the blacksmith to get my dagger that she's making for me.
You should probably go do that fast.
Yeah, I could probably go there and then just head to meet you guys at the docks.
That
Okay.
works.
We'll try and hold the
Do
boat.
we know when the ferry is leaving? Because it may be, not leaving till the evening.
No, we
It's
know it
first
leaves
thing in the
early in the
morning,
morning. We might already be late.
Well, to be fair, we know it was leaving the other morning, like yesterday morning, because it was taking the Ice Smith coins. We don't know if it's leaving this morning at all. We don't even know if it's there.
That was 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken.
We should go check.
Yeah, it would probably be a good idea to go get a schedule.
We
could
could
ask
ask
the
the
barmaid,
barmaid,
pamphlet.
she may know when the ferry leaves.
I'll just sort of yell over, "Hey, when
Say,
does the ferry leave?"
as you start to yell, right before you manage to get any of the words out, she ends up coming up to your table and dropping off your meals.
I'm still gonna be a little loud. Be like, "Hey, when does the ferry leave?"
The ferry to Fellflame Hold.
Yeah.
Maybe an hour and a half from now.
You fast. I'm gonna slide her. I'm sliding her silver for her.
Can I
Info and
inside
time.
check her
Thank you.
to see if she's actually telling the truth?
Sure, give me an insight check.
The sketchy barmaids telling us the wrong times.
Well, if we get trapped in town, we have to spend more time at the inn. It's a hell of a ploy.
You reading her body language, Wilder, you get the feeling she's not telling you everything, but you don't feel like she's lied to you.
Kind of seeing this, I'm like, have you taken the ferry before?
Well, I used to before he hiked up the prices, but
Oh.
he usually leaves, like I said, about an hour and a half from now, but If he doesn't get any customers, he might dawdle for a few hours.
How much is it?
Jeez, last I checked, I think he was charging 10 gold a head.
That's price.
Yeah.
We got nearly
Hold
4
on.
heads.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
Does my sailor ability to find passage, would that count for this?
It might.
Area?
You wanna
No.
find us a fishing boat?
Fishing?
I'm gonna immediately head out to the blacksmith to get my dagger, and then I'm gonna go to the docks.
Okay, you,
And if I see
I'm
any
gonna-
kind of like guards posted up that
You gotta
might be like
fill- you gotta-
infecting people, I'm gonna give the dagger I stole to Alwyn and tell her to fly away.
You should.
I'm gonna-
fill
I'm
a
gonna
group
go with
in on
Elron just
Yeah.
in case.
okay.
If someone wants to go with me, that's fine.
There was a lot happening there. Who is going where?
I'm gonna go to the blacksmith to get my dagger and then to the docks.
Okay. Do you eat
I think
breakfast?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna eat first.
All right. So you scarf down your food, and Elron and Wilder head towards the blacksmith, where Bale and Story, I assume, head towards the docks.
Yeah,
Yep,
I think
I'm
we're gonna go check out the. Oh, sorry, you go ahead, Bale.
I'm gonna wolf down my breakfast, yeah, and head towards the docks. Unless Story has a better idea.
No, I was gonna say we just go and like talk to the captain of the barge or the ferry and figure out what's going on and why the prices are so high.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nibbling on a biscuit while Elron and I are going down to the blacksmith.
I got you. I got you, Elron. Don't worry.
I know. I kind of just wanted to read it.
Okay. So we'll do Bale and Story first, and Elron and Wilder. You will catch up with them at the docks toward the end. So I probably should do Elron and Wilder first. So Elron and Wilder, hurrying out of the inn, you make your way up the high road towards the blacksmith. The small hole-in-the-wall blacksmith you guys have been into quite a few times now, at least once yourselves. You find it without issue, and as you step inside, the overwhelming heat. Again, this blacksmith, it's so freaking hot in here. It's like a good 15 degrees hotter inside than it is outside. But as you step inside, you see Carla behind the counter. Again, looks like she's nursing a mug of something that has steam kind of rising out of it. One head kind of holding her head. She glances up at you.
Morning,
Raise a
Carla.
hand.
Looks like
Morning, Carla.
you're having a good breakfast this morning.
Yeah, it's great. I'm having a great day. It's definitely a day.
Fun. We're having fun.
Yeah.
Coming down to see if the dagger you said would be ready for me today.
Oh, yeah. She kind of looks around, trying to figure out where she put it. Here, and she reaches underneath the counter and grabs a small box, and she sets it on the counter. There you are, my friend.
Sweet. And I think I paid her at the beginning of the transaction 30 gold for it.
You did.
And I thank her and I say I'd love to stay and chat, but we're gonna try to catch the ferry to get to Fell Flame.
Yeah, no
So,
problem.
We gotta run.
Well, safe travels to you folks. Hey, for the road. And she kind of goes behind the counter and walks around the small little corner that's there. And she emerges with a maybe like a pint-sized keg, and she kind of tosses it towards you, Wilder.
Ooh, is this some of the good stuff?
Some of the good stuff for some good friends of mine who did me a favor.
Ooh, well, I know a couple of us are going to be enjoying this on our sea voyage.
You guys need.
Voyage.
You guys gonna need a tap, or are you good?
I think we're good. That's probably. something
I'd
on the
appreciate a tap. I don't think I got one.
Yeah, I got some spares. She reaches over and grabs a tap next to her little keg that she's got sitting up behind the counter and tosses it to you.
How long have you had this barrel?
That one? Oh, geez. Probably about 8 years.
8 years? Oh, I don't think I could take this off your.
Nah, I got more.
Well, I appreciate it greatly. We'll drink to you for a couple nights with this.
That's good.
I'm doing that slow walk to the door, like somebody who's trying to.
Trying to leave.
Partner won't shut up.
It looks like your friend's trying to get out of here. You guys have fun.
All right. You have a good one, Carla.
I
See
throw
you
a hand
again.
up.
She gives you a
Thank
nod.
Carla again, and then I open the box and look at the dagger as we're walking.
It is beautiful. It is. You can see the kind of silvery sheen of what was once the Moonlight Rapier, and even the parts of the rapier's hilt have been completely reforged into the hilt of this weapon, and it sort of gleams with a almost a pearlescence to it.
It doesn't have the shine though, right? Because the enchant's gone.
Yeah, it doesn't glow anymore, but it does have a kind of a pearlescent color to the blade.
Does it have a sheath so I could like connect it to my belt?
Yes.
Cool. So I'll have that dagger like out, like shown. It's like the one people can see, and then the other one is like tucked behind my cloak.
Yeah. You guys are headed straight to the docks?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice dagger she
And,
got there. I'm pretty impressed with her craftsmanship.
Yeah, she's quite talented. I'm glad I could
Yeah.
salvage the remains of that sword.
Hope you can hold on to that one. Yeah.
Yeah, you and me both. From what she says with her quality, I may be able to get this re-enchanted at some point.
Mind if I have a look at it?
Yeah. I'd take the dagger off and hand it to Wilder.
I kind of like looking at I kind of like bring it up in the light and like I'm like, oh, that's pretty nice.
Give me
Like,
give me an investigation check, Wilder.
Okay.
Note to the DM while he's doing that too. If there's any kind of guards posted anywhere that looks like they're checking somebody, I'm gonna give my dagger to Alan and tell her to fly away.
Yeah, as you kind of take the dagger in your hand and kind of hold it up to the sunlight so you can see how it kind of starting to reflect off the blade. You do notice that there is on the very pommel of the hilt, there is a maker's mark on it, and it is 3 chains, and the center chain is broken.
As I notice this, I kind of look at it closer, and I take a rubbing of it, kind of on one of my sheets with a piece of charcoal.
It's the same mark she put on Bale's mace, right? So that's just her maker's mark.
As far as you know.
Yeah. I'm like, this is a pretty high quality dagger from what it looked like. You might wanna.
No, I would also say, like, during your investigation of it, the way that the sunlight kind of reflects off of it, you can actually see embedded in the metal the shards of the broken blade. But there is like
the metal differentiates itself.
Yeah, and you can kind of see like the shine of it, so you can definitely tell that this is the reforged weapon. But as you are looking through it, you do notice that there's a lot of like new material in here because like you can't just like melt down and then reforge. At least that's not the method that she went with. But as you're kind of looking through it, like you think there's a good bit of silver in this.
I'm like, she really hooked you up, man. Like, are you gonna give it a name or anything?
I think I'm just gonna call it the Moonlight Dagger after the sword.
As a note, Elron, it is a silver dagger.
Silver dagger is what I like in my inventory. I should mark it as.
Yeah, it's important that you note that it is made of silver.
That's super important.
Because
I kinda-
it can hit like the certain creatures or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As I give him back the dagger, I'm like, are you sure you don't want to call her Heartstopper? We almost lost you there.
No, I think I'm good on that one.
Alright, well, hopefully we don't have to get you another new dagger. I don't think we're gonna come across any good, charity in the next couple days.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Bale and Story, you make your way to the docks. And if one of you would like to make a persuasion check to see if you can get directions to the correct dock, you can do so.
I'm polite and like to talk to people. I'll do it.
I say, or you can make an investigation check. Your choice.
I'll just go with persuasion. Oops.
I'll take the first
15
one.
now.
Say Story, asking around the notable seamen that are here, moving about, pulling their boats in, pulling their catch of the day in. You do eventually find your way towards one of the very, very back docks, and you do see a pretty sizable ship, like a proper sailing ship, not a fishing boat, like a proper sailing ship. And as you do, there is a small crowd of people who are kind of crowding around this one very grizzled, like big scar down the side of his face looking sailor who is addressing most of the people.
I walk over and hear what he has to say.
Yeah, I think this is our guy, and I'm gonna be at the back of the crowd, standing on my tiptoes, trying to see what's going on.
Like I said, if you don't like the fare, you can go find another ship. These waters are dangerous. There's undead teeming on the beaches, and God knows what else is going to come out of that lake. It's worth every copper. And the crowd kind of murmurs and is dejected, and some people leave right away. Some people begrudgingly pull out their coin purses and pay him and board the ship.
Well, it sounds like they're having trouble navigating the waters.
If it's because of the undead, we might be able to persuade him to give us a discount at least.
We could work for our fare, you think?
Yep. Offer protection. We've met the undead a few times, and they're usually don't pose a serious problem as far as we've seen so far.
I mean, if we're gonna do that, I think you would probably be the best person to persuade him in that regard, because I'm just gonna sort of gesture vaguely at myself and be like, I don't really put up the imposing front. But you...
I can do that. I'd be happy to do that. So I walk up to him. Morning, friend.
Good morning. You looking to take the ferry over to Fellflame?
That'd be correct. So I wanted to just quick note to the DM. I did just shine all of my armor the previous night.
You did.
It's like
you did.
super shiny, and I'm carrying the brand new maul.
Okay.
So I overheard you're having problems with the undead on the way over.
The undead haven't been a problem over the last few weeks, but there's more lining up on the shores, and well, you never know what comes out of the waters. Could be any manner of things in the lake.
My friends and I have had a few run-ins with the undead in the past few weeks. We usually don't have too much of a problem with them. We'd be happy to offer protection in return for a discount.
Kind of sizes you up, kind of like taking in you. And he looks over at Story. Is she with
Shiny
you?
armor.
Playing like a little heroic tune.
Just the two of you.
Two more as well.
You know your way around a boat?
Not me, but one of my friends is a experienced sailor.
I'll have him come talk to me then, and we'll talk about a discount.
I nod. Will do.
I was gonna keep playing the little heroic tune and sort of follow behind Bale to leave.
Yeah. As we're walking away, I'm like, oh, well, that went better than expected.
Say about
Really good there.
about 5 minutes later is when Elrond and Wilder finally, you see them before they see you. As they're kind of looking around, trying to find you in this like huge gaggle of people that are moving about around the docks.
I'll start playing the song a little bit like really loud so they can hear it.
So Elrond, so that's how I caught my first fish. Oh, hey guys.
DM question: what were the islands you told me about? What were they called again? I didn't write those down.
They're called the Cerulean Isles, but they are on the opposite side of. They're very far away, but they're pretty notorious and they're very very well known. But they're called the Cerulean Isles.
Come up, I like go to Bale and Story, and essentially was like, "What's the deal?"
Well, we might be able to work for passage, but we're not seafaring folk, and he preferred to talk to someone more experienced like you.
I mentioned you had some experience, and yeah, he said he wanted to talk to you about perhaps a discount in exchange for protection and help with the sailing.
Also, as a note, Wilder is just carrying this keg like under one of his arms.
What's the gentleman's name?
We didn't ask.
I sort of point over him. He's the grizzled gentleman over there.
I'm gonna go over and talk to him.
Give me.
How tall is this gentleman?
Give me. He's not super tall. He's maybe like 5'5".
Okay, thank you.
Human. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check with advantage there, Elrond. As you go over and you are going to use your ship's passage ability. So the rest of the group watches as you walk over, and you begin to have some light conversation with this guy. and you tell him about your time in the Cerulean Isles. You tell him that you worked on Captain Walter's ship, and he's like, "Oh, I know Captain Walter's." And they're just going back and forth, and like they're cracking jokes to each other, and they're having a good time, and all this stuff. And finally, you get to the point where you're gonna like ask him if you're gonna go, right? Like you broke the ice. Like he already likes you a lot, you know. So go ahead.
Just introduce myself. So, I've spent plenty of time out in the Cerulean Isles. I know our way around the ship. I kind of gesture at Wilder and Bale, and I'm like, they don't know too much, but they're both real strong. They know how to pull ropes, pull anchors, set sails, and gesture a story. And I'm like, and she can keep us entertained on the way.
Well, I suppose that's.
I don't know what he said about us, but I'm just like giddily waving over to him as he's pointing at us.
I'm gonna like do like the one arm flex and put a hand on
Yeah,
my bicep.
I'm gonna like do this pose where I kind of like put one arm way up in the air and like cock the other one.
You're like, wait, is the food cart over there?
Are we doing a Charlie's Angels right now?
Look at that bird.
He gives a weird look at your friends who are botching this, but you rolled a 26, so.
Their personalities leave a little bit wanting, but
Well, if
Do I hear him say that?
I want to know.
No, they're pretty far away.
God damn it. Okay.
And there's a lot of people moving around and talking, and there's a lot going on. There's a lot of people at the docks. Well, if the big one's willing to do some work, and you don't mind keeping lookout from the crow's nest for a couple of hours, that while my first mate gets some shut eye, you're welcome aboard.
pull out my spyglass, and I was like, I can do that.
Oh, easy enough. Saves me the trouble. Go ahead and tell your friends to get ready.
Sizes.
We'll be leaving in about half an hour.
Yeah, fully free.
As long as you're willing to put in the work.
Thank you, friend.
Hey, Bale.
And I go and let them know.
Hey,
I'm still
Bale.
posing.
Yeah, what up?
Look what Carla gave us.
It's like, oh, is that the shit she fed me earlier?
I have no idea, but like in one hand I'm like holding up the barrel, in the other hand I'm like, look what else she gave us, and I pull out the tap.
Beautiful.
And when I come back, I gesture the keg, and I was like, that'll be for tonight. We're working our way, so we're not paying. You need to be sober when you're working.
Pleasure cruise?
And I essentially tell him, like, Bale and Wilder, you're basically just going to be providing muscle, pulling on ropes that they point at. And the
Well,
story is gonna be,
he specifically said that as long as Bale is willing to work.
yeah, as long as Bale can work.
Wilder's kind of like not super jacked. He's a little skinny looking.
I'm gonna nod at Wilder and be like, hey, make sure you save some of that for Fellflame. Don't leave me out. Also, I know dwarves are real fond of getting drunk, at least the ones I've met. So it may help with, we get a couple dwarves drunk. We ask them about the town.
I'm like,
It could be
okay,
useful.
how about we put it in you know what for now for safekeeping?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I open up the bag of holding. Kind of like try to open up wide to encompass the barrel.
Is this gonna? So, question to the DM.
Yeah.
Is this gonna affect the quality of the alcohol?
No.
Okay.
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
I love it. Is this bag of holding going to make my alcohol less strong?
You don't think it's going to affect the outcome of the alcohol? There's air in the bag of holding. And you with a 19 Arcana check, like you would know that, like if you could fit in the bag, like if you could get through the opening of the bag, you could probably survive in there for about 10 minutes.
I mean, nobody likes like warm beer. I just want to make sure it's not gonna like fuck.
We don't even know what's in the keg. It's just a keg at this point.
It's
It's
liquor.
a keg of the good stuff.
It is insanely hard liquor.
I mean, British people like.
But you don't think it's going to have any negative repercussions for putting it in the bag of holding?
Okay, thank you. You have reassured me. I hand it over to Bale. All right. Well, be careful with this. Carla gave it to us free of charge, and I kind of like raise one eyebrow and wink, while I'm kind of like nudging him.
If it does warm a bit, it's cold here. We could just leave it out in like the snow for an hour or so before we drink it.
Oh, it'll
Sorry.
be fine.
Sorry, I was chewing. Yeah, no, we'll take real good care of that. This is the good stuff.
Me and Bale are kind of like greedily rubbing our hands together, just kind of
Mhm.
like giggly jumping up and down. Oh boy.
I'm just like I'm putting on the face of like I'm pretending to be excited, but really I'm worried about how much they're gonna force me to drink. Like I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna get over my head on this.
So,
Alright.
what's the situation now, Ron?
Get a
We're
half
just,
hour.
he's leaving in about a half hour. Me and Bale are gonna work. Story can play her and do her bard thing and keep everyone entertained and on the trip, and we get free passage.
Do I notice anybody fishing off dock right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like there's at least 10 people.
Do I even need to say it?
Go ahead and make a fishing check roll. Fisherman's
Let's go.
tools, I think.
Yes.
I just yell at Wilder, 30 minutes and you can recast on the ship.
Don't miss the boat, buddy.
I'm right there next to you guys.
I sort of start like picking up all of my shit and helping my party members and like starting to move it onto the boat.
So as by the way, the captain's name is Captain Graylin. And when you pass by him with like some of the stuff, Bale, he's like, by the way, you might want to take off your armor. You know, if you fall overboard, it's pretty much done for.
I nod. Not the worst idea.
Quick question for the DM.
Yeah.
It's adding me to pick an input value for the fishing
You can wisdom, please.
tool? Okay.
Okay.
Oh. Oh no.
I'm still having a good time.
Yeah, you're chatting it up with a guy who's next to you. You hear a meow, and a cat like comes over and like rubs around your legs a little bit, and then realizes you're not catching anything and goes to the next guy.
Still having a good time.
So as soon as I get the luggage situated, I'm going to start taking off my half plate and putting it into the bag of holding.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb up into the rigging and shit and get a lay of the sails and how the way up and down into the crow's nest.
It's honestly surprising for you to find a ship this nice in a lake, like
Yeah,
where it is
fucking
essentially
lake.
a lake. But it's a really nice sailing ship.
I'm trying to find a space like above deck that's gonna be out of the wind where I could play where people could hear me. But
So
like, I don't want to
you-
be standing on the prow or anything like that.
No, as you like look around the ship, you find a nice spot located somewhat near the wheel, and kind of like sitting off to the side. You see an elven man with a book out, kind of sitting there. And he takes notice of you, and he kind of gestures for you to go ahead and sit and play and do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I'll just I'll start tuning my lute for the colder weather since I'm gonna be playing out on the open, humid water.
Cause this ship is big enough to have like a below deck and everything.
Yeah, it does. It does. It has a captain's quarters, and it has a below. There's a below deck with like there's several different like cots and like some hammocks in there, like lots of places to sit. Like this is a passenger ship for sure.
Did we notice a name on our way onto the ship?
You did. I definitely have that written down.
The ball eater.
Oh, I'm sorry. Make wave.
So is this just classified? Is this just a sailing ship? Not big enough to be a full galley. Just probably a sailing ship.
Yeah, the ship is called Witch's Brew.
Could be a schooner.
It is a proper 3-mast sailing ship.
Go.
Although 2 of the masts are currently tied up.
Sorry, which is what?
Which is
brew.
Sorry, I misspelled it.
So after you all get situated on Elrond, you kind of poke around. The captain tells you you'll be later in the evening as we approach as they approach the docks outside Fellflame Hold. Is when he will call for you. So you feel free to walk around the ship, talk with people, relax, and hang out with your companions. Bale, he puts you to work right away.
Go.
You are like pulling rigging and helping pull up like the anchor and you're doing like fucking everything.
Go.
Give me a strength check.
All right. Normal strength. 8.
Okay. It starts to wear on you a bit as the day goes on, and we'll see if that has any effect on you other than like you managed to do it. Like you managed to perform all the tasks. You're very, very strong. So, but it's starting to wear on you a bit as the boat gets ready. Eventually, the elven gentleman next to Story goes and stands just on the opposite side of the wheel, between the wheel and the sails proper, as the captain kind of goes over and is like, "All right, we're off. On you!" And then the elven gentleman raises up his hands, and there is this burst of air that flies from his hands and sinks into the sail, filling the sail, and pushes the boat forward. And you are on your way.
Alright.
Anything you all would like to do?
Do we see the shore where we're going to, like?
No, it is too far.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna find like a cozy spot next to the barrel, like find a cozy spot on the deck, the main deck, and start peering through my maps and whatnot, kind of familiarize myself now that we have some downtime.
All right.
So, since it's probably been a while since I've done any physical labor that has involved like smashing skeletons or something like that, I'm gonna like stretch out and make sure I didn't injure myself or anything like that. And do some boat yoga.
Oh, no, dude, you are working right now.
Okay, cool. Never mind. I'm still working.
He has got you like moving shit around. He's like one of the passengers comes up and is like complaining that one of the cots is too close to where he's trying to read, and he has you go downstairs and move a cot, and like you're all over the ship right now.
Cool. So I'd like to complain that my cot is too close to the other cot.
Yeah, and then
it was Wilder.
Yeah, it was Wilder.
Oh my god.
Elrond can't help himself, even though he hasn't been asked for help yet. He's fully up in the rigging, like tending the sails, and moving around, swinging on ropes to the net between the fucking things.
Making paper sailing hats.
A question for Elrond: has Elrond been on a ship that had a squall herder, that had a mage that propelled the sails?
I don't think so.
Okay, so it's a little awkward to move around because you're used to the wind being very steady, but this is like a blast of air that is propelling the ship like probably almost twice as fast as you're used to a ship going. So you're having to like dodge and weave around and like hold a lot tighter than you're used to. But you do manage to like check the rigging, you check everything and make sure everything's going smoothly. Story, give me a performance check.
Performance? Oh, Story.
Mm-hmm.
All right. With 16, the sound of your music begins to flow from your instrument into the bowels of the ship, and you're starting to like have a couple of the passengers come up and just kind of sit around and listen to you play for a while.
Yeah, I'm just sort of swaying with like the boat a little bit, just rocking around.
Several hours pass of hard labor, music, reading. Bale, give me another strength check. Actually, this time give me a Constitution saving throw.
Alright, here we go. Oh my god, these dice.
Okay.
Exhaustion?
Not yet.
Okay.
That's 1 success, 2 failures.
And throughout the whole time, too, I'm keeping an eye on all the horizons with my spyglass from up top.
Okay. Give me a perception check as you're kind of glancing around and looking at where you've been and where you're going. You're not quite in the crow's nest proper, but yeah, with advantage. Yeah.
Perception.
Okay.
Double 15.
And glancing around the horizon, it's endless calm waters. What very few waves kind of are kicking up here are just from the Arctic winds that are blowing in all directions and are relatively unpredictable. You realize very quickly that the only way this ship can control where it moves because of the lack of wind is because of the squall herder. But as you kind of glance around, you can slowly see the city of Chorl disappear in the distance as time begins to press on and on and on. And eventually you're just at open water. There's just nothing anywhere near you. And you keep an eye out for large, dark shapes under the water, and you don't see anything. It seems to be clear sailing. Even the sky itself is just a sheet of blank blue with not a single cloud.
Question.
Hmm.
What is this lake size? Were we talking like a Lake Tahoe or like the Great Lakes lake size? Out with the map, because we don't really know how big the mountains are and stuff.
He said we can't see the other shore, and we've been sailing for hours. So,
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Tahoe you'd probably take about 4 hours to get across, so it is definitely possible on a smaller lake. The Great Lake, they're fucking big.
Wilder, since you've been looking at your maps, why don't you go ahead and give me we'll say a nature check with advantage, because you have a map.
okay.
Also, my roll 20 is shit in the bed.
While he's making his roll, how many people do I have around me listening to music right now?
There's like 5. There's 2 kids, 3 adults that are just kind of sitting around, relaxing, listening.
Yeah.
Thank God for advantage.
That's what.
Wilder, you think at your current speed and heading, you will arrive at the docks of Fellflame at nightfall.
Oh yeah, this is a big lake, a full day just to get to almost the center is where Fellflame was too. We're only halfway in to get to Fellflame.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We're moving quite
big
along
lake.
though. Like we got a squall mage fucking filling the sails.
That would take that amount of time, which means this, like, the full length across this, it would probably be like going from France down to Africa across the Mediterranean.
So it's been a hot minute since we've seen Bale. Can we go check up on him? I kind
No, you've definitely seen him.
He's
Okay.
working. He's moving.
He's running around. He's working.
He's putting in a full 8-hour day.
Eventually, the captain does give you a break, Bale, for lunch, and at the same time, the squall herder also pauses to go downstairs and get something to eat.
All right.
So nice of them.
You are like sweaty and gross and just fucking exhausted.
Yep. I'm going to wolf down one of my rations for lunch.
They might have food.
They do not. It was not provided.
Oh.
And let me see. Is there anything else I need to use here? Nope.
Can I use a mage hand to assist Bale?
Give me an Arcana check. We'll leave this to the next round of checks. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
I imagine I can lift rigging with a mage hand.
I will give Bale advantage on his next check.
Okay.
When the day continues on, as the sun crests in the horizon, slowly begins to dip in the sky. Bale, give me one more Constitution saving throw.
All right, with advantage.
Yeah, with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I see Wilder cast Mage Hand, it gives me the idea,
17.
so I cast mine as well to try to see what I can do with it while I'm up in the
Hmm.
robes and shit.
Okay. You push through the pain, Bale, and eventually the captain finally says, "You did some good work. You go ahead and take the rest of the day. Appreciate you and your friends."
All right. I'm gonna see if I can find an occupy. Well, I don't want to take someone's bed. I'm gonna find a nice spot on one of the lower decks and just rack out with my bedroll.
Okay. Well, there are plenty of cots and spare hammocks available for
Okay.
passengers.
As long as there are spare ones for passengers, yeah, I'll take one of those and I'll just rack out for until I'm needed.
Okay.
Elrond's fully in his element and doesn't need to sleep as an elf, so I'm just doing sailing shit this entire time.
You go ahead.
I've sort of been switching up between just playing songs and telling like short stories.
Mm.
Because I've got there's kids watching me, so I'm telling them kid stories, and I'm telling more like funny ones that adults could appreciate, and sort of mixing it up and making sure no one gets bored of just listening to me play.
Eventually, as time slowly draws on and on, sun slowly sets in the horizon. And Elrond, you have been moved to the crow's nest to keep an eye out, and eventually you see the cresting of land in the distance.
Land ho!
Wow, say it! There's sort of an echo from the rest of the crew members of the ship, and there's sort of a renewed vigor with everyone else who's a passenger.
Is it still dark out?
It is not quite dark yet. It will be starting to be almost nighttime by the time you guys arrive.
Are there like hanging lanterns around?
On the ship, yeah.
I'll just start casting prestidigitation and lighting all of those.
Nice.
So it starts dark.
Nice touch.
Does the activity wake me up?
Yeah, you do recover from your wake up from your nap. You feel pretty refreshed. You're a little sore, but you're all right.
Cool. I'm gonna go up on deck and listen to story play.
I'm currently in the middle of telling the story of Peter and the pesky pixies.
I'm just gonna go and sit crisscross applesauce with the children, like start asking questions in the middle of the story.
Nice.
Like, what did the pixies do then?
God, I love it.
Well,
Oh, the kids are super into it. When you start asking questions, they start asking questions too, and they like super into it.
the story takes like an extra 10 minutes to tell now because I'm ad-libbing things.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to answer all of their questions and weave it into a greater narrative, and it's taking like I'm really trying to sell this.
What color?
do Pixie Z?
What color was the Pixie Queen's wings?
She had purple wings, shimmered like stars.
Wow. But eventually the boat slows and comes to a crawl before it reaches the docks in a small little town with a large wall built around it outside of Felflame. In the distance, Elrond, as you were entering, you saw what appeared to be a massive wall built into the side of a cave opening. There's probably maybe like 300, 400 feet of cave opening above the wall, but the wall was massive. That is quite far down the road. Maybe 2 or 3 hours of travel.
I feel like the entrance into Felflame.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
So it's like the city's full on in the mountain. That's kind of cool. So yeah, I guess I point that out to the rest and say it's probably about an hour or so walk out from here, I would imagine. The docks is probably it's like its own little separate thing then from Felflame.
Yeah, there's a small town built around the docks. People start slowly filing off the boat, and again, the Captain Grayland thanks you, Elrond, and thanks Bale for you guys' hard work.
Yeah, I feel like Elrond was like full hanging off the boat as we pull up to the docks, ready to like rope it into
He
place.
Captain Jacked it.
Just one step.
Pirates one captain jacked it, just the boat sinking.
Sinking, just takes steps off from the dock.
Everybody's swimming behind me, and I'm in the crow's nest.
Alright, I'll give Captain Grayland a genial wave and sort of like go back to pick up any luggage or anything we brought along and start heading off the boat.
It's easy enough for you to collect your things.
His name was Greenland?
Grayland.
Raylan.
Grayland. Sweet.
You've arrived just as the sun finally sets, sending that kind of kaleidoscope of colors into the air.
I'd say we probably make the trek to Felflame and find an inn there. This village is small. It'll probably fill real quickly, and
We
can
said it was the
handle
walled
traveling
village,
and-
right?
Yeah.
We need to go up to the gate.
Yeah, we'd have to approach the gate of Felflame.
Yep. We should be able to get our way through the gates.
I guess we just collect our things and head to Felflame.
It's easy enough to leave the small little fishing village that you arrived in. You collect your things and you push through. The guardsmen at the gates let you through. You pass and move onward. About an hour and a half travel, you begin to approach the gates. You notice large bonfires burning at the top of the different towers that comprises the gates. The gates themselves appear to be made out of almost a reflective material, almost though they're made out of like iron or steel themselves.
Do I know this material?
Sure, go ahead and give me a nature check. With a 23, you definitely would know that it's called metalled stone. Sort of a stone metal composite that's very popular in Dwarven culture.
Do I know any particular properties of it, or is it just like a reinforcement?
It's basically reinforced stone.
Okay, cool.
Essentially, instead of mortar, they use molten slag.
Oh, cool.
That's hot.
Kind of acting like a tour guide. I'm like, you could tell it's metal stone because the way it is.
Now, you all are fairly far off.
Just like nodding. Interesting. Interesting.
You're probably a good, maybe half an hour's walk, but you guys have kind of crested over a hill, so you can really get like the lay of the land in front of you. And there are two bonfires outside the large metal portcullis that is closed, and you see numerous figures moving about outside the castle walls.
Were we the only people that got off the ferry to approach?
You're the only people that got off the ferry and left the small fishing village.
Okay.
Okay.
I can be like, oh, this is more skellies, isn't it?
I'm gonna look through my spyglass and see if I can identify exactly what they are with my night
good
vision
thinking.
and stuff.
Sure, go ahead and give me a perception check.
With advantage or neutral because it's dark?
I would say there's enough lights there that you can probably see.
For perception, you said?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, with a 20, you count easily 20 diggers moving about, maybe more. Some of them are clad in metal armor with large blades. Others of them look to be rank and file skeletons. But you do see that there are numerous entities outside the walls.
They do appear to be skeletons, though. They don't appear to be just like guards.
No, you do not see any. There's no signs of fighting, and there's no signs of guardsmen outside
Alright,
the walls.
I'm gonna call the group to a halt real quick and start putting on my half plate armor again.
And be like, do we really do this? Like, it's pretty dark, and I don't know if they'd open the gate if we went and caused a ruckus. And last time we did it, it brought a bunch more skeletons to the gate.
That's a good call. Maybe we wait out the night.
We may need to pull back to the fishing
I say
village.
we could double back.
Mm-hmm.
Elrin, are you continuing to look through your spyglass as you're talking?
I'm just watching the skeletons to make sure they haven't noticed us the whole time while we're discussing.
Yeah, as you kind of are surveying the scene of enemies, you do notice numerous figures on the walls, kind of back from the edges, but you do see that there are dwarves on the walls.
Yeah, but
We can get a message to the dwarves somehow.
And then
Might be able to let us
Elron, you receive a voice
120 feet is message, so it's got to be sending.
in your head that says, "Don't worry, my friend. You will be safe. Approach. Me and my friends will take care of these things for you." You feel as if you can respond to whatever magic has influenced you.
I just ask how many of you are there.
There are enough that these creatures are no more than a trifle.
I guess I turn to the rest and say, I just received a message or sending. The thing Story does, but they say they'll take care of the skeletons if we approach.
Okay.
Can I insight check Elron?
Do you know who it was? Or is it just a
I
voice in your head?
believe-
Are you
I
hearing
believe-
voices?
I believe it was from Fellflame.
You identify the voice as that of Claudius.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Claudius.
I trust Claudius.
Yeah, it was Claudius. Claudius.
I thought I recognized the voice, I just wanted to be sure.
Well, he heard it. We didn't.
Yeah, I know, but like as a player, I was like, oh, I recognize that voice. It's like, it was just a voice from Fellflame. It's like, no, it's Claudius.
So yeah, I guess we just approach then.
Do
Weapons
we want to
ready,
come
just
up
in
with a
case.
plan of attack once we get in the city?
What? We don't attack anything when we get in the city. We're attacking.
No, I mean like what we want to do once we get in the city.
Well, I imagine
Oh.
we'll be talking to Claudius immediately. If
Yeah,
we're
go
we're here.
go find Claudius
That's
first and
fine.
foremost, then take it from there.
Okay. All right.
Because he apparently is fully aware that we are here. He just messaged me. So
Because we're
we'll
just
probably be
trying to make sure that we get aid to Burrowsden, right?
Well, the aid is on its way from Burrowsden already. The Duke said the captain of the guard said the Duke was sending soldiers and military.
Oh, yeah, that's
so
right.
We
now-
got
So we're just
confirmation
making
of that
sure.
yesterday.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now we're
So
going
just-
after the bigger picture.
Okay, so we're trying to mend the scar in the sky that we
Yeah.
have nothing
Yeah.
to do with.
Yes.
We were present for it being happening, but it wasn't because of us in any reason.
Yes.
And
Hag's
okay.
fault.
Totally.
The hag's fault. That is the real truth, though. It is the hag's fault.
Yeah.
While they're
Yes.
while they're talking, I'm going to continue putting on my half plate.
Oh, you're done. You have it on. You're good to go.
Cool.
So yeah, then
We-
weapons
we
out
gotta
ready
go
just
like
in
10
case we approach the wall.
I Bale and I'm assuming take the front point.
Okay.
When we're 60 feet out, I would like a heads up. 60 feet from the skeleton pile.
Okay, my map is not that big, but I will give you the edge of the map. How's that sound?
Cool.
So as you approach, the creatures at the outside the gate seem to be slow and sluggish, except for two of them wielding, wearing like armor, like actual armor, and they're directing the skeletons. And you also see these kind of ghostly figures start to sweep back and forth across the field, kind of trying to avoid the light as much as possible that's coming from the braziers. And as you get about 60 feet out, I will say, you hear this booming voice shout, "Now!" Roll initiative, please.
Alrighty.
Why does it keep double clicking?
Oh crap! I did advantage.
So we have
You say you rolled with advantage.
Elron, Stort, Bale, and then it would be them, and then Wilder, and then them, and them. All right. So you see, as the command is shouted, several figures jump up over, either loaded with bows. You see one person holding almost this green flame in their hand, getting ready to chuck it down at the creatures. Elron, you have the first on initiative.
Alrighty then. I'm gonna send Alan up high, out of the way, to safety.
Okay.
Now, and I am just going to attack this dude.
Go for it. Which weapon are you using?
I'm gonna use my longbow. Do I have sneak attack?
They are unaware of you currently. They are not looking at you.
So normal attack, black longbow, sneak attack.
Oh.
Let's go.
So that is 14 and 21. Okay. So you fire the arrow from your longbow, and it sinks into the creature and passes through it. But you do hear a howl of pain coming from the creature, as almost like these like bluish colored sparks fly through it as you strike the creature. It is not pleased that it has been struck.
Yeah, I figured it would probably do half damage, but those need to get killed first.
You still have your movement and your bonus action.
What is this? The current terrain? Like, are these trees?
They're like rocks. They're like the small bits of shrubbery and rocks.
Should I run over here and cunning action try to hide?
Sure. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Do it.
Okay, I made a note. Story, it is
Alright.
your turn.
Okay, seeing that they're most like the two most dangerous looking ones are in front of the gate. I'm gonna step forward and I'm gonna shout sneak attack, and I'm gonna cast shatter at the center point of this grid. Oh wait, sorry, this one right here.
Here.
So it hits like these 4 guys, I believe. Like
These 4?
this guy. Yeah, it won't reach over here.
Okay, so it'll be 4 checks. Go ahead and link your shatter. It's a Constitution save. That is a fail, success.
Hell yeah.
Let me go ahead and mark that this guy is taking damage. So he is hurt. He is dead.
Good rolls on damage.
He is dead, or he is there, and this other skeleton is also hurt, but still up. He's the only one that passed their save.
So like I yelled sneak attack, fire off the spell, and I whispered to myself, sneak attack. I do some on my loot.
It was super loud. This booming explosion crackles across the battlefield. Bale, it is your action.
Give me 1 second. Nope. Focus fire. Okay, I'm going to go and first I'm going to rage, and I'm going to heft my maul, and I'm going to go attack this gentleman right here
Go for it.
recklessly. I don't have a maul button, so I'm going to just hit a greatsword. It's the same thing.
That is okay.
Nat 20. It's bludgeoning damage, not slashing, but that's 21. No, 19.
Okay. 19 halved is just enough damage.
Now that is my cobalt silver maul.
It is not
That's what I
vulnerable
have.
to silver.
Okay.
But it is enough for you to take out the creature, as again, that same like bluish colored sparks fly off as you slam them all through its form as it dissipates into the air.
Cool.
What's up with these frickin' nat 20s today, guys?
Shit. I've been rolling like crap for like 3 sessions in a row. It's finally coming back around.
Okay, so I've got a lot of things to do here. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm making an acrobatics check. So he jumps off the wall and lands
It
here,
breaks his legs.
and is prone. And then he gets back up, dusts himself off, and pulls out a big 2-handed axe. But that's all of his movement.
I'm pointing and looking. Oh my god, he's doing a superhero landing.
I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna turn, see him eat shit, and be like, "Wow, that really did not go well for you."
Elrond peeks over the wall.
A halfling girl who is running along the edges of the wall says, "Eat shit, gone!" And then she throws 2 daggers at one of the injured guys. At this guy here.
Shit, 19. Let's go.
It's gonna do 8 points.
Damn.
So he is still up.
Let's go.
She misses with the first one, strikes true with the second. Sorry, sneak attack.
Dagger.
For 17, he already took 12. Alright, he's still up. The guy, the gnomish gentleman with the green flame in his hand, runs along the wall and chucks it down at this guy here. And misses. It skirts along the ground.
Rip.
This woman here appears to be a very, very pallid drow. Pulls out a bow. Fires at the same guy. And misses, surprisingly, even though she's plus fucking 9 to hit.
Fucking rip.
Guys, I just want to say we're clearly a much better adventuring party. Look at how well
Okay.
we're doing.
And Wilder, it is your action.
Our archer crit one of them. Their archer can't even hit him.
Is it still daylight out?
And no, it is night. It is nighttime, but you can see because of the fires.
Okay, cool. I was gonna be like, can I use my drift club? But I don't need it. So, do any of them appear to have a bow and arrow? Or like range? Like a ranged weapon?
Give me a perception check. And I'm assuming you're talking about the enemies.
Correct.
With a 10, I would say the ones that are designated with yellow dots have ranged weapons on them.
Okay.
That you notice.
So-
There might be more, but there's a lot going on.
I'm going to start kind of going towards this guy. Let's see, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Right about here.
Nice.
I am going to attack him with my giant mace.
Go for it.
Actually, 1 second. Yep, okay, cool. And giant mace. There we go.
You run up, and there's a small divot in the ground that you did not see as you were not running along the path, and your foot sinks down into it, and you swing and a miss.
That's a lot of ones.
It's all ones. All of your dice were ones.
Both damages are one. Oh my god,
That is horrifying.
so terrifying.
This is fine.
Balance has been achieved in the
Swing
universe.
and miss, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I jinxed us.
This is fine. We're having fun.
Okay, so it's gonna move us to Claudius's turn.
Oh fuck, screwed up, Claudius.
Fucking roast the elf boy.
So you see Claudius. He is here. If that's not clear, he's sitting at the top of the gate.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
And he stands over the balcony, and you watch as he raises both of his hands up, and you see a kind of whitish flash of energy kind of flowing out of his eyes. And he raises up both hands, and all of the hair that's on his back begins to like slowly float up, almost like creating like a halo around him of hair. And as he does, he spins his hands together, and there's like this brief silence that happens. And then this booming noise as this huge vortex of spinning wind just sweeps over the area. So he's gonna cast Whirlwind. He's gonna summon it there. So we need to make a saving throw. And that's a fail.
get fucked.
That is very dead. And then he is
10d6, huh?
And then you see that he begins to move his hands, and the whirlwind begins to move slightly with it. He can't do it on this turn. He can do it on his next turn. As you watch as the creature is literally picked up and battered with all these rocks and stones that are fleeing around the whirlwind, and it just spits out the creature like hundreds and hundreds of feet in the air that just crashes down on the ground.
It's okay, guys. I tagged the mob. That means we still get experience.
Okay, so the bad guys can finally go. He's gonna get the fuck away from this whirlwind.
It's like shooting off in the distance. Team Rocket blasting off again.
This one is gonna move here because it's not very smart. Pull out a bow. This one is also gonna pull out a bow. All right, Bale, 2 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Oh yeah,
Does a 19 hit your armor class?
it does. 2 hits, 1 natural 20.
Oof.
I believe you are raging.
I am, yeah.
So instead of taking 33 damage from both strikes, you take half. So you take 16.
Okay, cool.
But he does score 2 hits against you with this pretty nasty looking longsword.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's gonna go over here. This Skelly man does not see you. He'll go for him. So go 1 Skelly, 2 Skelly, 3 Skelly, 4 Skelly, 5 Skelly. As there's a hail of arrows upwards towards the walls, because they are kind of fucking them up.
I'm not seen as a threat, I get it.
One of the arrows flies towards Claudius, and with one of his hands, he just sweeps his hand, and a violet-colored mystical barrier kind of pops up around him, and the arrow just strikes against it and breaks. That one fired through the whirlwind, so it automatically misses. That one fired through the whirlwind, so it automatically misses. 3, 6. Alright. the halfling girl took a shot, the gnome guy took a shot, and the elf chick took a shot. Okay, story.
The spooky guy doesn't do anything to me?
I definitely don't need to switch between like 100 pages of my monster manual for this.
Just skip the
This
spooky
one.
guy. It's fine. Just don't worry about it.
Roll. D20. That's not a D, that's a S.
No, that's fine. We'll take the one.
Does a 13 hit your armor class?
It does.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Out of leather.
So go ahead and take 5 points of necrotic damage.
You rolled shit for damage.
Okay.
And your... Yes?
Can I hellish rebuke that, or is there still ongoing effects from it? Because it needs to be after the attack is finished.
Okay, so your strength is drained by 1.
Ooh. We're gonna hellish rebuke.
Okay, go for it.
Comes out at 2nd level.
This is a magical attack as far as I'm aware.
Yes.
And as it sinks into you, the kind of infernal heritage flares up, and the flames strike back at it, and it just incinerates the creature.
Yo.
But you do feel weakened by its blow.
I'm just gonna be like, always ask for consent.
Thank you, Henry Crybrass. Wilder, you've got 3 attacks coming to you.
Oh, lordy.
Okay, I'm gonna use shield.
There goes my
What is your new armor class?
Okay, so currently I am at 18 and shield
23.
5. So that's
23.
All right,
23.
all of the attacks miss,
God damn.
as they all are deflected off of your barrier.
You get up
You
from
saw
the ground,
Claudius do
you
it, and you were like,
sparkle
oh
up
shit,
on
me
the way.
too.
Yeah, again, that kind of violet-colored barrier springs up around Wilder, and all of the strikes just can't penetrate through it. They just kind of glide off. All right, and that will bring us to dwarves. They're going to move to the outer walls. That one is going to hit here. As they chuck these kind of barrels over the side, and they explode and send out this like kind of viscous liquid on fire that covers the skeletons, burning them.
I gleefully just smile.
That's gonna miss, so that's actually gonna strike off target. 1, 2, 3. Because he aimed here, so there's one that strikes here against the bottom of the wall that spreads that same viscous liquid. And that is going to hit on target, and that will hit this guy. He's already hurt, so I don't even need to roll. Alright, that brings us back to Elrond.
I'm hidden, so would I be able to, because that skeleton's focusing on the dwarf, be able to like sneak up on the skeleton?
Oh, for sure. The skeleton does not know you're there.
So I'm gonna sneak, I'm gonna like put my bow away, pull my new shiny daggers out, sneak up on this dude, and sneak attack him from behind with the hungering.
Have you attuned to the Hungering Blade yet?
Oh, is it attunement? Well, then I guess I'll just strike it with the silver dagger.
Okay. Go for it.
Is it advantage because I'm hidden? Or
Yes,
normal?
it is advantage. He does not know you were there. Easy enough for you to sink the blade and twist and pop the skeleton to pieces.
And it's like the skeleton goes down, I look at the dwarf and I was like, need some help, friend?
I got it.
And yeah, that's gonna be my turn for now.
Alright, now we'll bring us to story.
Actually, can I have Alan do something real quick for my turn then?
What would you like for Alan to do?
I want him to fly down to right onto Bale's shoulder so he could give him advantage when he attacks that thing in the face.
He will take the assist action. Or the help action. No problem. Okay, story is your turn.
I'm gonna just be like, Bale, do you need healies?
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Bale at 2nd level as a bonus action.
Okay.
That's not fantastic, but you know, we do what we
pretty
can. And then I'll use Vicious Mockery on the guy that's attacking him.
It's a wisdom save.
It's a Wisdom save.
14.
And that's a fail.
Get wrecked.
I'm gonna say, what's a skeleton's favorite instrument? A trombone!
Oh my god.
I immediately facepalm.
Are you sure you're not trying to cast Tel's hideous laughter?
Alright, Bale, it's your turn.
Alright. I will take the 10 hit points. So I wouldn't need to go reckless to get
You have
Correct.
advantage with a regular attack.
Alright, then I'm going to attack the white in front of me with advantage.
Go for it.
23 for 18 points of damage.
As you-
That's with the cobalt ball.
As you swing the weapon and it makes contact with the creature, you see immediately, as soon as the contact happens, there are these burning embers that flare up in right where the point of contact is, and it just smashes through it like it wasn't even there.
And go, and I'm gonna charge. Let's see, can I get over here? Yeah, I'm gonna go and keep pressing on ahead. Actually, wait a sec. Yeah, I'm gonna go and back Wilder up over here because
Okay.
it doesn't look like this guy's a threat to anyone in the party.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go right there.
Alright, so that'll end your turn. That'll bring us back to the adventurers. Gron is like pissed, dude. He's ruined his fucking thing. He's gonna dash. And he's gonna saddle up
man.
next to you. But that feels bad, man.
So exactly.
Okay. She's gonna throw 2 knives. Oh, actually, to be fair, she would hide first. I can definitely roll the dice. Okay, that's good enough to sneak attack. 1d4 plus 4. Okay. That one is dead. Move us to his turn. He's going to cast Magic Missile. And this guy, he's dead. She's going to fire her bow. And again, fucking miss.
The arrow literally shatters as she shoots it.
You can see that she's not pleased. Like, she's very upset.
She's
Yeah.
distracted by this badass other elf.
And that'll bring us to Wilder's turn.
Well, she doesn't know you're there. Nobody knows you're there.
Gron's on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the dwarf do the
Eat shit, Gron!
Eat shit. Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, I didn't cutting action hide at the end of my last turn, so they definitely saw me stab that
Yeah.
fucking skeleton right in front of Gron and be like, "Need some help."
I'm going to attempt to attack this one.
Go for it. Yeah, you free your foot from the hole.
Not wanting to be outdone.
Oh yeah, for sure. You smash
hit.
you smash it to little pieces.
Just like silently, like, yes, I did it. Just like moral victory.
Just-
That'll be my turn.
okay, so Claudius is gonna dismiss the whirlwind because he does not want to pick all of you up with it. And then he you watch as he like kind of takes note of the battlefield. I'm saying this mostly to Story. She's the only person really looking at him, and he just kind of like shrugs and then walks away, like walks toward this side of the wall.
Amazing.
So it's like we're done here, I guess.
I'm gonna like wave at him as he leaves.
He gives you a carefree wave. And that'll bring us back to Skelly's turn. They're gonna go after you again. It's gonna go after you again, Wilder.
That's fine.
It does not hit you.
God damn.
Elrond, it is your action.
That's me again.
Yeah.
I guess. Let's see. Gotta
If
get
you
in
pass, we
range.
should be able to get it.
No,
Well, it's
please
also
come-
definitely threatened, so you'll get sneak attack on it, no question.
Please come steal Gron's kill.
Here.
Yeah, please. We have to make sure he does not get killed.
Okay, Essen.
Do I have advantage? No, I'm just normal because I'm not hitting.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it's
can
just
I-
it's just flat.
Okay, Essen.
Normal, sneak attack.
You do get sneak attack.
Let's go.
1 second. Let me double check something.
You're firing into melee. But
No, it does not take less damage from any other type of weapon. So yeah, it is dead. As you fire the arrow, it knocks through its skull, and Gron's got like his axe, like, he picks it up, and he's like, ah!
I turn immediately to Gron, pat him on the shoulder, like, listen, man, we've all been there. We've all been there, you know. I've been there. I jerk my thumb at Elrond. He's been there. We've all been there before, man. You'll get him next time.
I saw him fall off the tower, right?
You saw him jump off the tower and just fucking botch the landing.
Okay, I'm just gonna be like, since my turn's right after Elrond, I'm just gonna cast Healing Word on him and be like, it happens sometimes.
It's fine. Come
Can
on.
we offer you a drink, friend?
Later. Let's get inside.
Alright.
He gets 6 hit points back
Thank you.
from the fall.
Yeah, he took 6 damage, so.
Lovely.
So eventually, you all meet up with Claudius and this small ragtag-looking group of adventurers. As the gates slowly open, and you all are led inside. And as you are led inside the gates, there are several Dwarven guardsmen there, looking quite pleased with themselves, with their fire barrels. You do not see Claudius. Instead, you see the halfling woman who was yelled "Eat shit, Gron," standing there along with the elf and the gnome to greet you on the other side of the gate. Welcome to Fellflame, friends.
Thanks for your help.
Well, it's easy enough. We owe Claudius a favor, and we were sent here by the guildmaster, so I like busting some skulls. It's fun.
Claudius does seem to collect the most interesting kind of friends, doesn't he?
I completely agree. You all are quite interesting yourselves.
Is this the
Why,
halfling
thank
talk?
you.
Yes, the halfling lady talking. Sorry,
I'm trying to help Gron. Like, I'm helping him along with
I'm fine. See, she laughs a little bit. Sorry, these are my companions. This is Gron Stillkeg. He refers to the dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
This is Sid Brightsong, my interesting sorcerer fellow. The gnome nods. This is Ezra. She does not talk very much. Again, the woman kind of like is looking at her bow, not looking at the party, and she does not say anything. She does not acknowledge you. And I myself,
She was drow.
she's drow, but she's very, very pallid.
So, what's the drow's name?
Ezra.
Ezra, thank you.
And I myself am Cora Stillblade. We are the Winter Wardens chapter here in the north.
Winter's Ward.
The Winter Wardens. And upon that, anyone with history can make a history check.
Hey, I'm a guy with history. I would like to make a history check.
Go for it.
I'm a jack of all trades. No, I don't have history.
Yeah.
After she
Yeah.
says that, I introduce myself as well and tell her I guess we're Fae Fortuna.
Say, with the 23 history check, you recall that when the dragons reawakened in Arcadia, which is important to you for other reasons, the worst dragon to have appeared was a dragon named Rhyme Queen. And the Winter Wardens were responsible for slaying her. They did take an army to do so, but they did.
Sorry, I'm
Noted.
writing this down.
Yeah, noted.
Fae Fortuna, huh? Can't say I've heard of you folks, but Claudius speaks highly of you. So, friends of Claudius is a friend of mine.
Did we tell Claudius we were called Fae Fortuna?
Nope.
Okay.
But
just
he
making sure.
recognized us at a distance. I
Okay.
assume.
He
Uh,
recognizes people he knows, not as Fae Fortuna.
I bow deeply. I'm called Bale, and these are my esteemed colleagues, and I point them out in order. Elron.
So she turns towards Gron. Geez, even bowing, he's still fucking taller than I am. What is this horse shit?
I point. Elron is my elf friend. Wilder is the human in the shiny chainmail with the impressive mace, and
Do
Story
like Charlie's Angels pose again.
and Story is my arcane and musically talented tiefling friend.
I'm just gonna put my back against Wilder's back and make the other part of the pose. I'm gonna sort of look at Elrond like, come on.
Full
get in
Charlie's
position.
Angels.
She turns and looks at you, Bale. Are they always like this?
Always.
All right. Anyways, we're
This fully perced on Wilder's
Story,
head, like doing
lift up your
poses.
elbows. Come on.
I'm trying.
anyways
It's
we're
weird.
we're staying at the halfway. I don't know if you all are interested in a place to stay in the city. If you already know somewhere, but Claudius has set up some digs there for us, and apparently he wants you to stop by.
Lovely. We will head there directly. Could you give us directions?
Yeah, you just follow us.
All right, let's go.
So as you push through the cavern entrance, it slowly narrows a bit, but it's still quite large, this actual, like, grand entrance. And you see these massive statues of dwarven kings or saints or something. Somebody can give me
Do I recognize any of these?
You can give me a religion check. Or a history, your choice.
I'm gonna do a history check, but if somebody already wanted to do something, I don't want to step on their toes.
Yeah, it can be religion or history. You guys can just roll, and I'll tell you what you know.
I'm doing a walk and talk.
Okay.
Can I just do a perception check, not looking for like the stuff, but like general city things, like the shops, what's around, what signs I see, shit like that.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception check, and we're gonna range check it when you get into the city proper.
Cool.
Okay. So you can't really tell. There's no plaques or anything there, Wilder, that explain who the statues are of, but they're very, very regal looking. They're very fanciful. They're chiseled out of solid stone, one solid block of stone. And they're massive. They're hundreds of feet tall. That go from the floor of the cavern to the ceiling of the cavern. And as you guys push forward, probably 2,000, 3,000 feet, like it's quite a ways. It's almost like a mile of travel down this cavern. Eventually, it opens up into this massive cityscape where there are multiple tiers of city going downward. And kind of off to the left a bit, you see this massive metal dome that is almost glowing. But you can see numerous homes built into the sides of the mountain, bits of rock that have been chiseled out. There are also other stone buildings kind of set off to the sides. And there is a large hustle and bustle here. But you also notice a very large guard presence near the entrance.
How far down can like we see? Like, is there like a big hole that we like see how many lower layers it goes down?
I would say with your perception check, you can see there are 3 tiers to the city.
I'm gonna like tug on Cora's sleeve and be like, "What's that?" And I'm gonna point at the glowing dome. I just want to know.
Oh, they call it the Heart Forge or something like that. I don't know. It has something to do with how friggin' hot it is in here. And after she mentions that, you're like, it's really warm. Like, it's very, very, very warm compared to
Is
the
it like-
outside.
We're
Is
talking
it
like
comfortably warm for people who are, more warmly inclined?
You guys went from about 0 outside to 70.
beautiful.
Ooh, nice.
Like, it's nice in here. Like, it's almost like a tropical temperature.
I'm like flexing a little bit and be like, "Oh, warm."
But
I mean, you've had your cloak on.
Elrond, I would say also with your perception check, you notice because it kind of like tiers down in the city, and at where it's the very bottom of the tier, it actually raises back up, and there's almost like another 3-tiered section that is standalone that has multiple
Like-
bridges that lead to it,
Like a pyramid type deal.
kind of,
Okay.
but made of like rock.
Yeah. So can I tell whether or not where like the nicer sections are? Like, is one tier? do the tiers seem to go like? Do the houses seem to look bigger and more grand as you go down in level or up in level, or how does it work?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
This is gonna go great. 12.
Kind of glancing about, you notice that most of the houses toward like the lower levels are a little bit more ramshackle, a little less well taken care of than like the upper section that you're in now. But if you look like past where that large spire is in the center, off to the right hand side, you notice there's very extravagant homes that way.
Okay.
And you are not going that way. You are going the other way.
Cool.
You guys are kind of going over. If you think of the city as like a, I should just fucking show you guys the drawings of the cities. That would make my life so much fucking easier. But there's fucking notes on them.
That's what
You guys entered in from the eastern side of the city. Okay, and
Okay.
if you go immediately south from where you entered at, that leads towards those nicer homes. And you guys are going to the northern side of the city.
Okay.
Which means you are kind of going closer towards the Heartforge, which was described by Cora.
Do we feel like getting warmer and warmer as we get close to the Heartforge, or is it like still like?
It's still like a pretty like stable temperature here, and it was a lot more readily apparent as you were moving through the tunnel to get into the city proper.
Okay.
Eventually, you do see a very, very large, very, very extravagant bridge that leads directly straight towards that large metal dome structure. And next to that bridge is a large building, and there is a gaudish, kind of gaudy golden writing above the door. It says the halfway.
Ooh.
And Cora and the others step inside. And welcome to the halfway, my friends. As they kind of pull up a table and sit at a table and order some drinks. Looking around, you see numerous dwarves populating the rest of the inn. One human is the only person that wasn't in the other adventuring party as you all step inside. But the thing that's the most peculiar to you is there is a large archway next to the stairs that lead up to the second floor. And inside the archway is almost like this velvet curtain that kind of shimmers a bit.
Can I Arcana
Over
check
there to the
that?
right.
Sure, go ahead and give me an Arcana check. Yeah, it's this metal-looking door.
Okay.
You can definitely tell, looking at it, with your knowledge of the arcane, that it is arcane in some way. It's almost, you think it might be a gateway to somewhere else.
I'm just gonna be like, is that normally there? I'm gonna point at it.
Nah, it's Claudius.
Oh, okay.
We'll be going in there after we have some drinks. You know, post-scuffle drink. Y'all do that too, right?
Oh yeah.
Of course. I sort of look over a while. Time to tap the keg.
Time to tap the keg.
Let's fucking go. And I pull out the keg, and I'm gonna sort of bring it over to the bar and kind of ask the bartender's assistance in the tapping of it, because I don't think this is something that Vale has a whole lot of experience in.
So he
Liquor
If you go to
into-
the bar, you probably gotta just share it with everybody here, like fucking drinks on you.
Well, I mean, the bartender might be a little offended that you. It's like going to a restaurant and taking out your packaged lunch and being like, "Hey, can I use your microwave?"
No, not this stuff. This is like bougie.
so
Yeah.
You gotta give the
you
bartender.
you bring the keg to the bartender, and he looks quizzically at you as you set the keg down on the counter.
It's a special gift from a friend of mine. I was wondering if it'd be all right with you if I open it up and get around for the house.
I don't see why that would be much of a problem. Yeah, I can do that for you. And he takes the keg and he spins it around, and he sees like the label on the front, which is kind of like two vines encircling what appears to be a like a coat of arms of some sort. And he kind of like pauses for a moment when he sees that, and he says, "Are you sure you want to share this with the bar?"
Absolutely.
Well, it's on you, my friend. Hopefully I can get myself a drink of that. And he sits there and he taps the keg, puts it on a little stand, and sets out a bunch of shot glasses down for you. Enjoy, my friend.
One for yourself as well, of course.
Much obliged.
All right.
I mean, you gotta yell drinks on me, man.
Yep.
Ring
Everyone,
the bell. Ring the bell.
round on me, and I ring. Is there a bell? Is there a bell?
Sure, there's a bell.
All right, I ring the bell.
Yeah,
Not on me.
the whole bar cheers. They're all like patting your backs. They all grab like a couple of shots and stuff. I will say, anybody who is not like paying attention to Bale and is like looking around the room, like reading the crowd, can give me a insight check.
Dory has stolen Bale's seat.
Aaron is fully studying everybody right now.
Me and Bale are doing shots at the bar.
Go ahead and give me an insight check then, if you're looking at the people.
Insight is not a strength of mine.
I would say pretty much everyone in the entire bar is like very eager to like go try some. And they're having a good time. They're all talking, except for this woman. Like even the other adventuring parties like very into it. This woman here, kind of like is sipping something from like a small glass, and she like turns and looks, and with this like expression of pity on her face, and she kind of shakes her head and. I would say, sorry, and Alram, with your passive perceptions being so high, you literally hear her go, "Ugh, adventurers."
I'm gonna like turn my nose up at her a little bit when I hear her say that.
I'm just literally gonna laugh. Directly in her direction, like I know I heard you, but I don't care.
Yeah. Eventually, Cora is going to strike up a conversation with whoever is just nearby. So tell me, what has Faye Fortuna done? I'm very interested to know what interesting adventures you all have been on. And how do you know Claudius?
Kind of pause and look over his story, and then just look back at everybody. I'm like, well,
We're at the bar.
I thought. Oh, my
Yeah,
bad.
no,
I thought
me and
Cora
Will were at
was
the bar. Yeah.
I thought Cora was the gnome, or the gnome bias, not you. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand up and spin around and show off my wolf cloak and be like, we killed this like big wintry wolf guy, and Claudius turned into this cloak for me. And that was how we met him.
Oh, interesting. Oh, gotcha. He's trying to con y'all buying all his magic stuff. I get it.
I just shout over my shoulder. It's working.
No, that's really interesting. So you guys have like a winter wolf. Is that like the craziest thing you guys have fought?
Hey, we've had a few encounters. We're still we've only known each other probably about 12, 14 weeks now, right? Because it was like a 10-week journey.
We fought a lot of undead. There was this cult in Chorrel where we fought like a bunch of cultists, and there was a succubus, but she got away because they're
Ooh,
they're slippery.
succubus.
They're real slippery.
It's a damn shame she got away. That'd be a mighty fine trophy and a good notch on your wall for sure. You know,
Wasn't all bad though. She left me with a kiss to remember her by.
ooh, that one must have stung.
Didn't feel great.
Yeah. The hag was a real one. That put me down with just a look.
Ooh, a hag.
He didn't get me back up. I might not be here.
You didn't make any crazy deals, did you?
No. I put a dagger through her throat.
And then I kind of hold up my hands, and then we went fishing, and I caught a fish this big.
Is he really that drunk already? Wow.
He's
Completely
always like
sober.
this. The alcohol has nothing to do with it.
He really likes fishing.
Well, anyways, we've had a few drinks. Appreciate. She looks at Bale. Appreciate your kindness towards the rest of us.
Of course.
And we probably should get talking with Claudius, though. He said it's pretty important. He wanted to make sure everyone had arrived, were his exact words. And I guess we're all here.
You
Alright.
coming?
Look, I don't pretend to know what that man does, okay?
Insight check.
Sure, give me an insight
I
check.
know she knows more about him than she's letting on. I hate my dice tonight. They keep double clicking.
And with an 18, I mean, she seems pretty straightforward.
Okay.
She doesn't seem even the type to like obfuscate stuff. She seems very open.
All right. Let's go see Claudius.
Before we go see Claudius, I have a question. Can I cast? So my comprehend languages is a ritual spell. How long does it take to cast?
You add 10 minutes to the cast time if you want to cast it as a ritual. Otherwise, the cast time is on the spell.
Okay, so like I can just cast it right now.
Yeah, and it will last for an hour.
Okay, cool. I would like to do that.
Okay.
Okay, so the advantage of casting it as a ritual would be I wouldn't use a spell
You wouldn't
slot.
use a spell slot.
Okay, understood.
Okay. So you mutter the arcane incantation under your breath, and suddenly the dwarf conversation at the table next to you it makes a lot more sense, other than the very guttural sounding noises they're making. But instead they're like, "Damn, this is some good fucking shit."
Fuck yeah.
Alright.
Cool.
Alright.
That's a sick smell.
And then as you guys turn to look towards Claudius's portal, the woman who was sitting at that table had slipped away and gone somewhere at some point.
Get up and go through the portal, I guess.
Yeah.
The other,
I'm gonna gesture at the gnome and be like, lead the way.
follow me. And she just casually walks over towards the kind of velvet curtain and just steps inside, and the rest of her companions follow.
Go to adventure. Follow them.
Adventure.
So as you step through the velvet curtain, there's almost this like this rush of movement, as if it feels like you're moving incredibly fast, and also not at all. It's a very strange sensation. But as you step through, you find yourself in a massive outdoor area. The sky above you, a starlit, twinkling sky, and you can hear the sound of crashing waves somewhere far, far below you against the surf. The thing that catches your attention immediately are the two massive statues of Claudius bearing angel wings, each of them holding spears, pointing towards a large pedestal at the end of the room. There are 4 tables. You know what? Maybe I should just show you.
Alright.
You said 4 tables, and you're like, wait, no, 5 tables.
There you are.
And roll initiative.
As you appear, the other group takes a seat at a table, and you recognize another group of individuals who's sitting at the other one, the Icemith Coins, who you'd met previously. And Claudius greets you as you step inside. Welcome, my friends. Obviously, I had to do I apologize that I had to throw this together in such short notice, and that I failed to notify you. I've had a lot of back and forth conversations with a friend of mine on how to solve our problem. Please, have a seat, enjoy something to eat, and we will get down to business, as it were, here in a few moments.
Alright, I'm gonna go.
Gladly.
Oh god,
and,
what table
sit
do we
down.
sit at?
I'm gonna go over here.
Okay. I'm gonna go right here.
And there is all kinds of food here. And you look over at the other table. I definitely need to have the Icemith Coins names on a fucking sheet that I can find easily.
I was gonna wave at them. I was starting to be like, oh man, maybe their names. Looking back through my notes.
Those are the ones you guys talked to the other day, right? Because I don't
Yeah.
think I was there.
I also need their names. I definitely can find them, though.
It's Georgie, and Pinto, and Santa
So
Maria.
Hope turns and looks at you, and she kind of raises the glass towards you, and you hear her say, "Wine." And then she takes a sip from her drink and sets it down. And turns back to her companions, who are having light conversations at the table next to you.
Do I have an empty glass near me?
All of the glasses appear to be empty.
I pick it up and I say, goat's milk.
You watch as a white, frothy liquid fills the glass slowly from the bottom.
I immediately drain it.
It's delicious. It's cool. It's refreshing. Again, a bubbly kind of violet liquid fills the glass,
In Infernal, I'm gonna say fruit juice.
and slowly apple juice fills your glass.
As Story says that in like Hellish, I just kind of look over there to him like, what?
I said
No,
wine.
you understood what she
no,
said.
yeah, I did. That's why I like, because I recognize the word fruit juice, but I realized she's saying it in Hellish, like
Infernal, yeah.
Infernal. Sorry, thank you.
I'm just gonna be like, I said wine.
I look at Wilder and in Elvish be like, do you know what I'm saying?
Look over to him. I'm like, yeah, I always know what you're saying.
Oh yeah, you can speak
Elvish.
Elvish. Oh, I forgot.
I can't speak Elvish. I can only comprehend Elvish right now.
Oh, I thought. Oh wait, no, it's giant dragon.
I was like, I didn't think he had Elvish.
I don't, but I can comprehend languages.
Yeah, I
But
know,
to me,
he's got
you're just, I just hear you talking, and I'm like, yeah, I always know what you're saying.
I'm gonna try to summon a sausage to give to Alan.
You hold up your cup and say sausage.
So you say sausage, and on a plate that was empty next to you, a sausage appears.
Eat it that one.
He happily eats the sausage. It takes him a while, but he does it. As you all realize that you can conjure literally any food or drink you request, you feast and eat and feel wonderful and ready to take on any challenges that might precede you. It takes some time to get through the meal and to finally feel full at the end.
Did we just get a hero's piece?
These statues are fantastic.
And your maximum hit points are increased by 11
Yep, Hero's Feast.
until the
Let's
day.
go.
And you have advantage on wisdom saving throws, and you are immune to poison for the next 24 hours.
And
just gonna-
fear, right?
And I think you had advantage on fear.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
no,
you're immune. You're immune to
Okay,
fear.
cool.
Like,
Hit points increased by 11?
Immune to beer?
Or do we just have 11
Just add 11 temporary hit points so we don't forget.
Yeah, you don't want them like. Yeah.
But it is max hit points technically.
But I'll just increase my temporary backup if I get healed more.
Yeah.
Then.
Eventually, you do, as you all are finishing your meals, and you can hear conversations coming from the other tables. Eventually, Claudius kind of steps out. He reemerges kind of near where the center podium is, and he says something very, very quietly, and then he kind of shakes his head, and he raises his hand up, and suddenly his voice booms through the kind of dining hall that's in the open air with the sound of the crashing waves and the stars. And you can hear him say, "Will the leaders of each of the three groups please come and have a conversation with me about how we are planning to proceed forward?"
I just look right at Bayo when he says that. Like, that's you, man.
Alright.
I'm just gonna be like, pull out my loot and be like, bardic inspiration, and be like, that's just you.
Sweet.
I just kind of raise my glass and I keep drinking.
I feel super inspired. And I go up to the podium.
And take your inspiration.
Alright.
Well, my friends, I'm sure that your groups all have much to say, but as we have many voices here today, I would prefer to keep this as concise as possible. So, as all three of your groups have realized, we have a dire problem on our hands. Damn straight we've got a dire problem on our hands. Friggin' Lang wouldn't have sent us all the way up north if it wasn't a friggin' problem. I concur. Obviously, you speak of the scar. That is correct, my friends. Oh, I do thusly apologize. Let me introduce my associate here. This is the Grand Rune Keeper, Supreme Lay Walker, Anastasia Garland. She kind of gives you a slight nod towards you, Bale.
Play, pal.
The Grand Rune Keeper.
Supreme Lay Walker, Anastasia Garland. You can dispense with the titles, Claudius. I know. I do try to keep things jovial and give accolades where they are due. Now, we have, again, the problem with the scar. Obviously, each of your groups is invested in this in one way or another, whether that be a favor called by me, and he gestures towards Cora, a will for vengeance, he gestures towards you, or any other number of reasons he gestures towards you, Bale. Now, this is sort of a team effort that we all need to kind of get certain things together that will make our lives significantly easier. His name is Jeremy. As a note, you all can hear him speaking at the tables.
good.
But he is not addressing you all, but you can hear him.
Okay, cool.
The paladin's name is Jeremy.
Okay, thank you.
Now, to cut to the chase, Anastasia, if you would. To keep things simply, we need to repair the hole in the weave. We have done much research across all of Arcadia, with many great scholars coming together to figure out this problem. We have 3 objects that we require in order to move forward. which is why all three of your groups have been invited here today. The plan is to divide and conquer, as it were. Of course, Fey Fortuna, you will have the first pick of the litter, shall we say. The three things we require is we required Artifact of Creation, an Artifact of Destruction, and a Catalyst to hold the shattered artifacts together. And which we can do is we can take these artifacts and we can kind of tie their power into a gemstone, a large crystal. And by taking this crystal, we can kind of pull the fabric of the weave into it, where it has been torn, and secure it with the crystal itself.
I nod. And would you have any idea where we might start looking for any of these three things?
We have good leads on all three of these objects, by chance. The crystal itself, my good friend Lang, he again looks towards the Winter Warden's leader, Cora, has mentioned to me that in his travels he has seen a crystal of reasonable size and clarity that could be used. He said, I believe he found it in the Dragon Slayer's tomb that he delved into when he was still adventuring himself. There's also the sealed reliquary of Barton Stinelo in Guiding Light, which currently holds a sword known as Void, which would be the artifact of destruction that we require. As well, there is also a artifact in the land of Cybele across the ocean, known as the Hand of the Divine, which is the artifact of creation. Of course, there are downsides to going to any of these places and dangers associated with all of them.
And you said the void sword was where?
That is in Guiding Light.
Okay.
All the way south in Allrooms, in the City of Rains.
It's the divine hand is the creation.
Hand of the Divine. And where was that?
The Hand of the Divine is in Cybele, across the ocean. A foreign kingdom, to be sure. Not 100% certain they'd be willing to part with their artifact. Of course, the Dragon Slayer's tomb is here in the Frostfell, if you're curious about that itself. As well as whatever group decides to go to the Dragon Slayer's tomb, I have an additional task for them that I need taken care of there, and will happily compensate the group to do so. So, go back with your groups, discuss, and let me know what your plan is. If you require any more information, feel free to ask Anastasia. She will be happy to field questions as she goes around to the groups. Again, Fey Fortuna, you will have the first pick, Icemith Coins the second, and the Winter Wardens. As reliable as you are, I know you will be able to handle whatever task the others do not choose. Easy enough. It sounds fair. I'm not sure why Fortuna gets to go first, but fair enough.
I nod. Alright, I will confer with my colleagues.
Can I do a history check on the Dragon Slayer's tomb?
Sure, go and give me a history check. With disadvantage.
Okay.
I wanna know more about Cybele, if I can.
You can give me a history check on Cybele. The Dragon Slayer's tomb, you do not currently know the location. We'll take your first roll of a 12 there for a 14 there story.
No.
You do not know the location. You know it's somewhere in the Frostfell, and you know that hundreds and hundreds of years ago, when there were dragons on Arcadia, there was a group of individuals who came together to essentially create an order to take them out, to slay all of the dragons.
Cool. Alright, cool.
And you know that order's hall was called, the Dragon Slayer's Citadel, but it eventually became known as the Dragon Slayer's Tomb, and you do not know why.
Okay, so the tomb is where the Citadel was, or the tomb is
It's where the Citadel was.
Okay.
For story, with a 14 for your history check, for Cybele, you know that Cybele is across the ocean, and you may have seen one mage from Cybele before, and the mages from Cybele speak in monotone. They have no emotion, they show no emotion at all, and they have these glittering runes around the sides of their face, kind of like in a C shape around their right eye.
Like they seem there's something off about.
There's
the ages
very
of
off
people?
about them. Very off about them. They're uncomfortable to be around.
I'm gonna communicate that to the group and be like, I'm not sure I want to go to the magic place where that seems scary to me. I don't want a face tattoo. Do they tattoo all their faces?
Our group
Tatooine?
does seem a little bit more advantages for Dragon Slayer Tomb, with 3 members speak in writing Draconic. So we would probably be able to decipher and read any kind of rune or perhaps anything in there better than your average party, I would imagine.
Yeah. I could see that. We're pretty close to, like, we know where the Citadel is, right? Generally. Wilder, you said you know a bit more about it.
I
talking
don't
about the
know
Dragon Slayer's
anything
tomb?
really about the Citadel. Or the Dragon Slayer's tomb.
Well, like you've heard of the Citadel though, so
Much has been said about the Dragon Slayer Citadel, but we know not.
So, the Grand Runekeeper comes up to your table, Anastasia, and she stands and does not sit. Were there any questions regarding any of the options?
What can you tell us about the Dragon Slayer's tomb?
I can tell you that a group of adventurers known as the Winter Wardens, when they were in their earlier years, set out for the Dragon Slayer's tomb to find an artifact of some repute. They found it and slayed a dragon. Of course, the only ones that know of the location of the tomb themselves is the leader of the Winter Wardens, and likely Claudius.
Tell us about the Hand of Divination.
The
Hand of Divine.
You
Sorry.
got it.
The Hand of the Divine is a great artifact that allows the creation and the stability of undeath. The Cybelians use it to create sentinels for their city guardsmen that do not need to sleep or tire, and will work endlessly.
Got it.
oh, they're
Not going there.
I've seen a mage from there once. Is like magic a bad thing over there, or is it like
Generally, if you are born in the country of Cybele and you show prowess with magic, as some of you do, I assume, as well as myself, they will brand you with 8 symbols of Geis to ensure that you do not rise against the kingdom, as they have had many, many mages in their past rebel and tear half their country apart.
do they
So
do
I-
that to visitors?
They usually don't, unless you commit some sort of crime.
Like stealing the Hand of the Divine?
That would be a crime, yes.
Okay.
So I would say we leave that to maybe one of the other groups.
I think the most practical choice is just the Dragon Slayer's tomb.
It is, but
Draconic speaking.
I still want to hear about the Sword of the Void, though.
Void. Void is also known as a Void, the tribute to the end. It was one of the artifacts used in the Sundering, a blade of extreme power and deadly destruction, was stolen from a group of adventurers and used to break a seal on a dark god long ago. It is currently housed in the sealed reliquary of Bertrand Stylo. This reliquary itself holds all sorts of dangerous artifacts. Of course, there are certain security measures in place there, and again, I doubt the King of Guiding Light would happily part with such a weapon, especially into unknown hands.
To me, it sounds like we can either rob a place, or rob a dungeon.
We're not asking you to steal anything. We're asking you to be envoys to acquire the items.
Oh, we're not good at that.
That's
Well,
true.
I feel we're more personally suited to retrieval of an item that we don't have to talk our way around.
Well, when
I would agree.
When you have made your decision, let Claudius know so we can delegate the rest of the tasks. She then leaves and goes over towards the next table. You hear her basically reiterating the same thing she told you to them.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Slayer's table. I'm gonna put my hand in the center of the table.
Yeah, I have my head. Put my hand in the center.
I just look at it. I point at like straight Dragon Slayers 2, Dragon Slayers 2, Dragon Slayers 2.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing like a hands-in thing.
I conjure my mage hand and I just put it in the center.
Owlin flies in and lands on all the hands. Oh, how do you make the mage hand appear? I have one of those.
I'm not conjuring my mage hand because I think it's easy. No. I've already got
What?
my hand in.
Alan sits on top of the mage hands.
I'm just gonna put my foot in the middle along with my hand and like kind of like do like a lunge type deal, just so I don't feel left
Give
out.
me an acrobatics check
Yep, let's go.
to see if you fall backwards in your chair.
Uh huh.
We're so weird.
6.
So you are not prone. As you fall backwards in your chair, and you roll about 5 feet back, and you turn, and like 10 feet behind where you fell is just a fucking sheer drop.
Can we
Also, like
give him,
several heads turn and look at your table.
Elrond is just fully laughing.
I pick myself up, dust myself off, and just nonchalantly sit back in my chair.
The Icemouth coins look confused and like a little upset at your display, but the Winter Wardens are laughing. They're openly laughing at that.
I wink at the Winter Wardens and just wave like super friendly at Jeremy the Ice Smith coins.
It's kind of like
Hi guys!
just shake their head, just like disappointment.
I slowly but obviously start reaching for Story's wand of smiling.
I'm gonna be like, no, and I'm gonna like slide my pack to the other side of the table.
All right. Where's Claudius at? Is he still up at? Yep, I see him. All right, I'm gonna walk up to Claudius.
He's sort of like surveying the scene.
I think we're gonna go with the Dragon Slayers too, and the Catalyst.
It's fair enough. It will be a very dangerous journey, but I have full faith in you all. Also, I have a conversation we need to have later in private with your entire group, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely. I was looking to do some business with you as well, if you still had that sword.
Again, we will talk in private.
Lovely.
Elrond and I start juggling all the food on the table with our mage hands.
Alan's just like swooping through and catching bits of food at the same time.
Eventually, like, Cora saddles up over next to your table and is just like her feet kicked up on the table, just watching, just having a good time.
I'm just naming weird fruits from Marikyu to just like add into the juggling mix.
You're like, Ochi? And then like this, she produces like this strange like orange colored fruit, and you kind of like juggle it for a bit and you drop it and it cracks open and it's like bright blue on the inside.
Like, I'm like, Elrond, go along! And I use my mage hand to top like a grape over to him so he can try and catch it in his mouth.
Elrond steals it from me, or Alan steals it from me as I try to catch it.
Eventually, Jeremy goes up and talks with Claudius, and then sits back down at his table. And Cora's just hanging out with you guys. She doesn't even go up because they get the scraps. And again, you hear Claudius's kind of booming voice echo through the chamber. Well, my friends, I appreciate all of you so much, and I hope you all will get plenty rested this evening. Feel free to stay at the halfway itself. Wonderful rooms, fantastic owner. I definitely heavily recommend it. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And for anyone who needs to be teleported out, I will catch you in the morning. And with that, the remainder of the individuals, the Icemouth coins go and they step on the large magic circle and kind of poof out of existence.
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to make my voice really loud too, and I'm gonna be like, "Thank you, Claudius."
You're very welcome. Eventually, Anastasia also walks on that circle and poofs out.
I just realized my mage hand is invisible, so it looked like Wilder was juggling with literally nothing, just throwing into nothing and then getting thrown back.
Eventually, the Winter Wardens come and they pick up Cora. Well, friends, I suppose it's time for us to go. Good luck on your adventure. Try not to die.
You as well.
And with that,
No promises.
the group of them, try to not take Alwyn with them, goes and steps on the dais and also disappears.
They stole Alan. Get him.
Eventually,
Guess we go back to the inn as well.
eventually Claudius comes up to your table after everyone else has left. Well, my friends, we have much to discuss about plans for your moving forward, shall we say. And rest assured that there is no divine eye or scribe that can pierce these halls. You may speak freely.
I think we just fully break down, like, we went to the underground ruins, we investigated Wilder, you'd probably tell him what you found on with the ruins. We ran into a hag. The cut story used its blood, broke the fucking orb, like the whole shebang. Basically that entire stretch, and then the research we found afterwards at the library.
Wait, we just spill the beans?
I would say so.
I would think so.
Okay.
He nods along with you as you tell the story and explain everything that happened. And finally, when there's a pause in your story, when you finally finished, he says, I will admit, I was very surprised when I saw the four of you emerge out of the ice after the scar had appeared. Of course, the scar itself was quite the spectacle. I would be remiss to not have thrown a scrying eye towards the source of it.
A nod makes sense. Can I insight check him?
Go ahead.
This is gonna be great. Here we go.
Can I also
13.
insight check him?
He seems hard to read. He always kind of has this sort of aloof personality, and you don't see any cracks or kinks in that.
Okay.
With all of that being said, I knew that you all would want to remedy the situation, being upstanding members of society and a burgeoning small adventuring company yourselves.
Quite right.
So I am interested to know if there are any magical wares I had the last time. I believe I have most of them still, although I believe I did sell the mercurial staff to the Icemith coins. I do have a few things for trade, which we can take care of. Unless you'd like to get right down to business and me to explain what I need done, specifically, in the Dragon Slayer's tomb, as well as how to get there.
Let's handle what you need first, and maybe you might have something that we could buy that would help us with that. Worst case scenario. Let's just get all of the tasks that we need to accomplish laid out first.
As it is no secret, I have dabbled in many things for a very, very long time. And I have been around, I would say, longer than the majority of you. That being said, I do make many friends in my travels, and one such friend has asked a favor of me, and I owe him and his band quite dearly. I have accepted his favor. I need something returned to the Dragon Slayer's tomb, an object which I have, and he again snaps his fingers, and a large box appears on the ground next to him, and he lifts open the lid of this chest and pulls out another smaller box that he sets on the table. Inside this chest is an artifact of some import. I need it to be returned to its rightful owner, as its time in use in our world has come to an end.
That seems reasonable enough.
Yep. What is it?
And its owner is inside the tomb?
Its owner is long past, and this artifact itself is very fickle and very dangerous. Inside this case, which is unlocked, and if you'd like to take a look, you're more than willing, although I would suggest against it, is an axe known as Foe's Bane.
Alright, go on.
This axe itself is said to help anyone who is willing to sacrifice a piece of themselves kill anything. Even gods.
Oh.
That's why I need it to be returned to the Dragon Slayer's tomb, where perhaps in the future adventurers will read of it in times of great need and seek it out.
So you just want to leave it there?
I want it returned to its rightful owner.
And what's to stop someone from happening along and stealing it and doing something terrible with it?
I was given explicit instructions.
Fair enough.
If my good friend Lang decided that he wants to return the axe, I will return the axe.
Alright. Fair enough, you're a businessman. I understand.
Okay.
And that being said, I could try and teleport you near the Dragon Slayer's tomb, it is I would give it about a 25% chance I get you there.
And what
the
would
other
happen with the
75?
other 75? Yeah.
You would be elsewhere in the world. It's not very reliable. You could literally land anywhere.
How far away is it? How many
Yeah.
days travel?
How far are we now, and how important is it we get there? Like, what's our time frame?
Well, you
How? I guess like I'm trying to figure out like, do we need to be here and back in like a week, or is it going to take them a while to get to Cybele and back?
I will be teleporting the Icemith coins and the Winter Wardens to close to their destinations, to static circles that I know exist in the world that I have access to, and favors that I can call upon. That being said, I cannot do the same for you. You have several options to get to the Dragon Slayer's tomb. One is you could take the Dwarven Veins and head towards the capital, to the Frostforge itself, and from there it's about a 3-day travel. Of course, 2 weeks underground, mind you, through the veins.
Are those like controlled and like taken care of by the dwarves, and so it's just easy travel, or is there going to be dangers?
They used to be.
Mm-hmm.
However, with the undead assault, there are many nasty creatures that are enemies of the dwarves that have decided that now is the time to strike, and have taken back some of the veins from the dwarves.
Do you think on the way through the dwarves might be willing to throw some extra coin our way to clear some of those halls?
I'm sure you will be able to make plenty of coin if you decide to undertake such an endeavor while undertaking this quest.
I gesture towards me and Story and towards the globe on Wilder's belt, and I say, I think we could handle the deep roads just fine. And
So-
some extra coin on the way may go a long way.
So when we do get to the Dragon Slayer's tomb, what is the name of the individual we're returning the axe to? So we know, when we find his tomb or whatever, how will we know which tomb to return the axe to?
The instructions I was given were to return the axe to the tomb at the lowermost levels in the Dragon Slayer's tomb. Lang made it sound like it would be obvious and that I would be a fool to not know where it belonged.
Okay, well, we're fools, so...
Your guess is as good as mine. I could contact him again, but he is already very upset that I contacted him so many times over the past few weeks.
Alright, understandable.
Okay, so go down until we can't down anymore, and then put the box down, or will
And it should be, he said it should be obvious, so I'm guessing there's going to be some
There's-
kind of raised
I imagine-
sarcophagus on a dais
yeah.
or something like that.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Alright.
I am of the opinion that we should roll the dice, and even if it doesn't get us there, it gets us closer than we are, hopefully.
He didn't say
I'm-
closer, he said anywhere in the
I'm-
world.
I said hopefully.
I'm full deep roads, Pam. I want to
Deep roads.
I want to go kill some deep roads.
Yeah, but
I
I
wanna
want to say
go-
we go through the veins.
we
Oh,
make
no.
some extra
I wanna-
gold from the
I wanna
dwarves on the
check
way.
out the Heart Forge.
Now, that being said, and if you have any more questions, of course, you could always go over the mountain if you have the means to do so. If you moved at a brisk pace, you could be there within a week.
Nah, deep roads. Deep roads.
So, that takes care of your favor, but what are we looking for exactly once we get there?
Big old gem, right?
You're going to be looking for a crystal that should be very familiar to your group in particular.
It'll
Are
look
we-
pretty much the
are
same
we
as the one that Hag shattered.
Lodestone?
We essentially need to find a replacement lodestone, yes.
Alright.
And Lang said in his travels, what exactly did he say? He said, in the ruins of fire, there was a gemstone of remarkable clarity and quality that he believes is the correct size and clarity for what we need.
Alright, sounds like we got a plan.
Again, these conversations I've been having with him, I can only speak about 28 words back and forth, so it does take a while.
Sending.
Alright.
We're gonna need a lot of supplies to get through the deep roads, so don't go spending all your money on fancy magic stuff.
Fancy
we
magic
should-
stuff!
We should bust out that whip and have Claudius the first.
Yeah, so, what can you tell me about the path over the mountains?
over the mountains are treacherous. The elements themselves will be the greatest enemy you face, but along with that, you might run into straight dragons, harpies, wyverns, giants, all sorts of creatures.
Dragon. It ate a fucking mammoth.
No,
Yeah.
I have also seen, what was his name? Frost something, around the mountain. An ancient dragon, I believe. He's relatively tame. He generally leaves most of the humanoids alone.
Because we're not satisfying?
I think he's more interested in bigger prey.
All right. Good to know.
Why go after a nugget when you can have an entire ham?
That makes sense.
I look at a plate and I say nugget.
A chicken nugget appears on the plate.
Whoa, they have chicken nuggets?
All right. Unless anyone has any other questions, I would say on to bartering business.
All right then. I'm sure I believe I still have Hajorik if you were so interested in it.
Right. So I'm going to pull out the what's it called?
As you reach into your bag to retrieve whatever you're looking for in the bag, there's suddenly a flash of light from the portal, and Anastasia re-enters the room. I deleted her token off this map. I shouldn't have done that.
Okay.
Anastasia re-enters the room with a frantic look on her face, and she runs towards the table and she says, "Claudius, the Heartforge is under attack." He kind of stands up, says, "Well, my friends, this would be time to prove yourselves to my colleague here."
I nod and heft my my maul. All right, time to go to work, folks.
Hey, Avery, how long have we been here?
Inside the pocket dimension that you're in right now,
Yeah.
it's been about 2 hours.
Would that be long
shit,
enough to
okay.
attune to the dagger?
Would you like to attune to the dagger?
I would like to attune to the dagger.
So, while all these side conversations have been going on, Claudius sat down and began to talk. Is around the time when you finish your attunement. And you feel this kind of, the essence of yourself kind of reach out as part of the attunement process to kind of link with whatever magics are within the dagger. And you feel the magic within the dagger kind of reach out and grab and pull and hold fast. You are now attuned to the Hungering Blade.
And I just kind of like have it out when he said to prove ourselves, and I'm like playing with it a little bit. For one on the other hand.
Well, my friends. But the best part is Story went AFK because she thought you all would be shopping.
Yeah.
Oh no! All right, I pick Story up, throw her over my shoulder, and we head toward battle.
I grab a turkey leg from the table, and then just stuff it in my mouth and start rushing towards the portal.
Yeah.
Like one of those comically large turkey legs.
Yes.
Let me move you guys back to the inn.
He's going full Ron Swanson on us.
Let me take them off.
Bacon wrapped
And
shrimp.
Some of these people went home.
Bacon wrapped shrimp.
Okay, you guys are on your default map.
Oh, you came back too soon.
What? I came back too soon?
We're
We're
going to battle.
The Heartforge is under attack. We're going to defend it.
Okay.
I feel like I'm just in time.
So you rush out, and as you get outside the portal, why did I delete her token off of all these fucking maps? God damn it.
Alright.
There we go. So Anastasia leading you is running through. She's pretty fast for a dwarf. And she is running, leading your party, and you exit the inn and you turn towards the large bridge, and you can see like small explosions happening around the city, but you notice that the large metal door to the Heartforge itself is open, and you can see like what appears to be like a blazing inferno inside. Even almost half a mile away from you as it is, you can see this massive blazing inferno inside of it.
Oh.
So following her lead, you all rush forward through the bridge, where you see numerous guards giving orders and yelling and saying, "Protect the civilians! We need to defend the Heartforge!" And there's just fucking chaos going throughout the entire city. And you all are rushing along this bridge, and you finally crest into the Heartforge proper, and you rush into the room, and the first thing that's immediately noticeable to you is this massive molten orb floating, pouring magma down off of the bottom in the center of this massive mechanical structure. There are 4 bridges that span the entirety of the room, and you see dwarves battling some type of creatures on the opposite side of where you entered at.
What kind of creatures are they?
I
Can
think it'd be better if I just showed you. What do you think?
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go!
That's a
Oh
sick fucking
shit!
map.
Let's fucking go.
Are those demons or orcs?
We don't know yet.
We don't know.
Give me a nature check as you rush into the room.
Okay.
Nat 20.
With a natural 20, you would never confuse a hobgoblin and a goblin. These are clearly hobgoblins by the way the larger ones are giving military orders to shatter the Heartforge itself. You see numerous dwarves fighting back, firing crossbows, slinging different attacks, and just as you get within range to roll initiative, you see as most of the defenders have fallen.
Oh shit. Okay, here we go. Fucking rip.
As a note, the basalt columns at the bottom that are bobbing up and down in the magma are about 60 feet below you.
Oh, okay.
These hexagonal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of bobbing up and down in the molten lava.
Understood.
Elron.
Oh, I'm supposed to normally roll initiative for Outland, aren't I? I don't think I did that last time.
He goes on your turn.
Okay.
Elron,
So they're-
Wilder.
His story got wrecked.
Do I hear them saying anything significant?
Your comprehend language just has ended.
I speak Goblin.
You do speak Goblin. You do hear them saying, you do hear this one, who is closest to you, yelling at the other ones, giving them orders, telling them to stop the defenders and shatter this affront to the gods.
Got it. They're trying to shadow the orb. I relay this to the party. Don't let them get to the giant orb. And I look at Story.
All right, Elron, you are the first on top of the initiative.
I'm throwing my hands up like, what?
Fuck it. I'm going to use my cunning action dash, and I'm going to use my movement, and I'm going to move up on this fucking dude, and I'm going to attack him with my dagger.
Which one?
The one right in front of me.
No, which dagger?
The hungering.
Okay.
Hungering blade. I think I put this in correctly. Oh, I do. I don't get sneak attack, huh?
No, you do not. So it'll just be the flat damage. Okay, so it'll be 8 points. With 26 to hit, yeah, the 26 definitely hits. He does have a shield, by the way, and they are wearing chainmail. Even these guys.
And then I'm gonna offhand attack with the silver dagger.
Okay. Do you let go of the hungering blade?
No, I'm
Okay.
keeping it in my hand.
Okay.
Offhand attack with the.
And
silver
that'll
dagger.
do 4 points of damage.
Yeah.
For 12. No, the 16 does not hit. I apologize.
No. Okay.
As you clink off of his shield with your second strike, him prepared for it after the first one. But as you strike with the hungering blade, you feel that attunement to the weapon lessen somewhat. As you feel like its grip on you is kind of lessened, and it is now allowing you to use it.
Cool.
All right, and that will be. Anything else you'd like to do?
Oh wait. Oh yeah, I'll just do it next time. I was like, I could have just had Alan come with me, I guess, and then I would have had advantage in sneak attack. But it's fine.
All right, Wilder, it is your action.
Do I notice? Obviously, I'm assuming I can't see behind the orb. Do I notice any of the?
That orb is floating like 10 feet in the air.
Okay, cool. So I have view of the whole battlefield.
Yeah,
Do I
pretty
notice any of them with ranged weapons or like staves of magical?
They all are armed with melee and ranged. All of them. The guys who are giving the orders, this guy and this guy, do not have a bow. They have javelins.
Gotcha.
But they also have great swords.
Gotcha. That's great.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
And then we cannot. So you said this giant orb is floating up in the air. Are we able to? Is it the platform continuing under it, or are we?
There's like a molten like the magma is like flowing off of the sides of the orb down and pooling underneath it.
Okay, so we can only go on to
Go
the ring.
around it.
Gotcha. Just making sure.
I would not recommend going through the lava. No.
I would not like to go through the lava, but I mean, there's possibilities for things going on. All right, so
Is it lava or magma? Because you guys are technically underground right now.
liquid hot magma.
Magma.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 would take me here. And then I can... Where is it? I can use my light crossbow and I will attack this gentleman right here.
Go for it. You fire the light crossbow, and he just deflects it with his shield.
Alright, and that's my turn.
Okay, that brings us to Bale.
Goblins rolled really bad.
Oh,
They rolled a
right.
fucking 2.
Hobgoblins.
Oof.
Yeah,
Alright.
these are not goblins. These are hobgoblins. They are the
Hobgoblins.
same size as you. They are humanoids.
Yeah.
Hey, get a name that's not just creature with hob in front of it.
The Hobbard is right.
Okay. I am going to go
You have
1,
25
2, 3, no. 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to rage as a bonus action, and I'm going to throw my javelin at the guy that Elrond hit.
Go for it.
Alright. There you go. 9.
Again, you throw, and the same like fluid motion. He catches the javelin in the shield, and it's now sticking in his shield.
Okie dokie. That is my turn.
Okay, that will bring us to Arcanist's turn. She is going to move here. And she is going to say, "Don't let them touch the Heart Forge!" And then she's going to put her hand on you, Vale. And you suddenly float off the ground slightly. She casts Fly.
Lovely.
Shit.
It stole my idea.
Bitch stole my idea.
And that will
It's flying speed equal to my walk.
no is
No.
60-foot flying speed.
Let's go.
And that'll bring us to Story. Is your direction?
If she loses concentration, you will drop. So don't hang out over pits.
I got you.
Okay. Well, now I don't know what to do because I burned a few spells already today.
Vicious
You got your
Mockery
loot
is really
stuff,
good because
right?
it gives things disadvantage too. And that's a
Yeah.
cantrip.
But okay, I'm gonna go with my original plan before I thought about fly. So I'm moving up as far as I can get. And I believe, just let me double check the range on this. Okay, those two will be out of range. But I'm going to cast Enthrall.
Oh shit.
And I know we're in combat with them, so they have advantage, but I'm using my mandolin, and because it's a charm effect, it gives me advantage, so it should cancel out.
Okay. Trying to figure out what this is gonna do exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would probably make them at least not be able to attack the orb because they only want to go after Story.
It's creatures.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh my god.
So many
Fail.
dice.
It's creatures of my choice, so I'm only choosing the hobgoblin.
Fail. Success. 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 Your spell save is a 14, right? And success.
Yeah.
So you charm 2 of them.
Damn.
But that will prevent those 2 from they rolled really fucking good.
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna be like, alright, and Story takes 22 attacks.
Alright, and that'll be their turn. If you're done.
Yeah, I have a bonus action, but I can't do anything with it.
Okay. In Goblin, Weiler, this individual commands the 3 that are near him to attack the Heartforge. This individual moves back a square and commands the guys next to him to attack Elrond.
Around cast
Can he
shield.
perceive Elrond?
Yes. Because Elrond is not stealth.
My armor class is 20. I cast shield.
One of them does not listen to him and fires his bow at Sori. And misses. What is your armor class there, Elrond?
Do I have to say I'm casting shield before I see?
You
the
get you
rule?
get to see what the
It's
dice
a
were.
react.
You get to see the dice.
My AC is 15, so I'll cast shield. So
Okay.
He misses.
Uh,
20.
It's the first attack still hits.
Oh damn. Well then I guess I won't cast shield.
Then you can't.
You-
have to
can't-
cast
you-
it
you-
before
I tell you if it hits you.
Okay. Well then yeah.
You get to see the dice, but you don't get to know what happens.
Okay.
So that is he's one-handed, so 1d8 plus 1. So go ahead and take 11 points of slashing damage. As one of them swings at you and misses, and that throws you off kilter for a second, and the second one uses that to gain a martial advantage and strikes you with a vicious blow for 11 points.
Okay.
And those 3 are going to attack the Heartforge. It's 2 hits.
Oof. Getting the ones out of the way, I like it.
And takes half damage. Okay. Didn't do a lot this turn. And then this guy is going to throw a javelin at Story. Disadvantage because of distance. And that will be...
I'm going to use cutting word.
Okay, go ahead.
You'd be like, I'm just gonna reiterate my hob speech earlier. It's like, hey, hobgoblins, get a better name.
Go ahead and roll your d6. All right, does a 10 hit your armor class?
No.
That will miss as the javelin sails wide and sinks down into the magma below.
That would have hit me if I didn't cut that.
The other hobgoblin is going to use... He's going to use his leadership ability. Okay. And all of them are within 60 feet, 30 feet? How far are they all from him? Alright, so these 3 don't get it, but the rest of them get it. So he shouts some kind of a war cry. And you watch as the forces kind of bolster their resolve for the fight. And bring us back to Elrond. It is your turn.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna have Alan take the help action so I get advantage, which gives me sneak attack.
Okay.
So I can attack this guy.
And I'm gonna use the Hungering Blade again.
I'm gonna argue that this guy will have disadvantage. He has disadvantage on perception checks, right?
Yeah.
Story? Okay.
I believe so. I can link enthrall again if you'd like.
No, you're good.
So close to a nat 20.
Oops. A quick advantage.
That is enough, Auron. As you slide the blade through him, you get this sort of sensation when you strike the killing blow, when you finally watch the life slide out of his eyes as you pull the blade out. The blade comes out clean. There's no blood on the blade. As well as you feel this sense of satisfaction wash over you.
Okay, and then I'm going to use my cunning action disengage.
Okay.
And I'm going to move back 5, 10, 15.
Okay. That brings us to Wilder. It's your turn.
Are those spaces the void part, or is that part of
That is void. You
Okay,
you cannot move here or here unless you'd like to try to jump.
Okay.
About this space right under them.
You can do that. You can move under the orb.
Okay. I really want to stop these guys from attacking.
Bale has fly, so I expect he can get to the other side this turn.
Okay. I'll try and block off these guys then. So I'll move 5, 10, 15. Yeah, because if I move forward, I'd get attacked by that guy.
You'd be flanked, yeah.
I'm going to attack this gentleman, the one farthest away. Can I do anything fancy? Let's see. Nope. Okay. I'm going to attack him. You guys are counting your temporary hit points, right?
Yep.
Or your max hit points. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Just making sure. I'm just gonna attack him with Giant's Mace.
Okay. A 23 does hit. You attacked this one,
Correct.
and with that he topples over and sinks down into the magma below.
I kinda
let's
curse
go.
at him in a goblin. I'm like, "Be gone, you foul Hobbs!" And I just swipe at him, and that'll be my turn.
All right, and that will bring us to Bale.
Alrighty.
Fuck up those guys.
Yeah.
How
Okay.
far does your breath weapon reach?
It's not that far.
Well,
15
I
foot
mean,
cone, I
if you
think.
position yourself, you'd be able to hit like what, all of them?
Probably those three definitely, or maybe not. It's like a 15 foot cone.
I think you'd get the 2 hobgoblins and the boss because it's pretty wide.
That I
think.
could. I believe I could.
Like if you were right here, you could probably get all 3 of those guys.
It's probably not gonna kill any of them though, and then they're all gonna fucking whack me.
My suggestion is shove one of them in the lava.
Yeah, that's what I was
you,
kind of
you
thinking.
have really high strength. You could probably
Yep.
just bust
Oh,
one
yeah,
off
we
in
can
lava.
shove.
So I'm going to. I definitely want to bring my whole party to bear on the guys on the other side. So to that end, I am going to grab this guy. I'm going to fly right here, and I'm going to attempt to yeet this gentleman into the lava over there.
So you're going to try to shove.
Yeah, would it work better if I moved like over here instead?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll
You're
do
going to try
that.
to shove him into the lava. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Now I'm raging. Do I get advantage? on
Yes.
this? 'Cause it's okay, cool.
Let's go.
Because it is a strength-based check.
Athletics. Well, here we go.
Come on, big money.
17.
And with that, you rush soaring through the air with incredible momentum, slam into him, and shove him over the side as he sinks down into the lava below.
Yeet.
How long does inspiration last? Because I know you get.
Did we determine there was 12 d6?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to see if he lands on a pillar. And that is a negative.
You still
Hey.
take 3 fall damage.
Do you still have inspiration from earlier or no?
No, it's only
Um,
10 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably
He
not.
is surprisingly not dead.
Holy shit.
What?
Does he have any ways back up?
I mean, there are pillars you can try to climb on.
Alright, that's fine. I'm cool
Are
with
these two dwarves dead? Or?
No, they are
So-
alive. They just moved into position.
that. For the purpose of maintaining my rage, will that count as an attack?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Alright, I think that's all I can really do here. I think that's my turn.
Okay. The Arcanist's turn. She's gonna move here. And she's going to cast Mending, and as she swives her hands together, you watch as the cracks on the Heartforge slowly begin to seal.
Mending is a long cast, isn't it? I thought it took a minute.
That's why I said slowly.
Oh, wow.
Alright, and there'll be stories. Your turn.
Okay. Jeez. What do I even do here? I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up here next to the Arcanist, and I think I can get all of these guys in range if I send her here. I'm casting Fairy Fire.
Okay, that'll be Dex
Lovely.
saves.
Jesus.
So,
They're rolling hot. They're hot tonight.
fail, success, success, success.
There we
So
go.
that one is glowing.
Hey, you got him.
And I'm gonna be like, man, I'm gonna look at my hands and be like, man, I am off my game tonight.
Alright, that'll be it for you.
Yeah, that's gonna be it for me.
And with that, it will become the bad guy's turn. And the captain looks at his troops, sees the way the battle is going, and you hear him say, "Tubach!" And Wilder, that translates to retreat. And then he says some other gibberish in Goblin that Wilder you translate to the veins.
To the Underdark.
And they're going to dash away.
I made this pink light in the distance.
They're further than that, but that's as far as I can take them off the map.
Okay, fair enough.
And that'll bring us back to the Heartforge, which is going to do a layer action.
Is the one closest to us going to do anything?
He'll disengage.
What about the sizzling gentleman down below?
I will handle him in a second. That one's going to disengage away from you. He needs to make an athletics check. Thank you for reminding me. No, he's fucking dead.
Hey!
Alright, so everybody who is within 10 feet of the Heartforge needs to give me a dexterity saving throw.
So the Heartforge is the big orb? Or...
Yeah, big orb.
I think I'm exactly 15 feet away from it.
Does that count as 10 feet where I'm at?
That's 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right next to it.
Dexterity save, you said?
Yeah, dexterity saving throw.
Fine.
There you go.
Fine.
Alright, so you guys are on the opposite side that is cracked, so you take half damage, but Story, so you're going to take 8 points of fire damage. Wilder, take 8 points of fire damage. Elrond, you don't take any damage. As there is a...
4 because it's hellish resistance.
Yes, you take 4 because of your resistance. And as there is a pulse of heat that fires off from the Heartforge, you can see most of it spitting out of the cracks that are appearing on the other side. He actually needs to save. He gets fried by the Heartforge.
Let's go.
I was like, good, because I was about to shoot him as soon as my turn came back.
All right, and that
I
will
have to take a prisoner.
bring us to Elrond. Is your action?
We're still in initiative?
Yeah, they're fleeing.
I mean, they're running. If it depends on what you want to do. I'm allowing you to stay in initiative unless you're going to let them go.
I point at Ella, I'm like, they're fleeing to the veins.
I'm gonna go all the way the hell around then.
You notice that on one side, there's a bunch, like, the side they're running towards is a bunch of these mechanical contraptions that are, like, completely fucked. Like, there's been, like they've smashed up these fucking contraptions, and there's a massive fucking hole in the wall that looks like the cave, like, crumbled outward into the Heartforge.
I'm gonna move to here, and I'm gonna cast Charm Person on their captain and be like, come on, you guys don't want to go.
might not be in range. They're further away.
Yeah, they're
I
further
checked
than
the
that.
range.
What is
Well,
they're 10
again,
feet further.
They're
Well,
off the map.
I only moved 50 feet, so I could move to
Yep,
here.
they're 10 feet further away than they look.
So, what's the range? I thought it was 60 feet.
Link it.
Link it.
Spells.
Chairperson.
30.
30.
30 feet.
So,
Yeah,
I
they're
don't know if I
far.
can reach him.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't reach him. Then I'm just gonna fucking shoot him with my bow because screw you.
Which one are you
Both
shooting?
The captain.
Okay.
I ain't gonna be able to kill one with one hit, so I might as well just try to shoot one. I don't get sneak attack though.
One of them is fairy fired, as a note.
That one's fairy fire.
He's
This
pink.
one's fairy fired. Well, fuck. I guess I'll take the fairy fire one because I can get sneak attack and advantage. Try to kill his ass.
Are you sneaky right now?
If I have advantage, it gives me sneak attack, and fairy
Oh,
fire
okay.
gives me advantage. Oh, 15 probably doesn't hit though.
A 15 does not, unfortunately. So you fire, he turns at the last second and you clink against his armor.
Oh well. I tried.
Wilder,
Yes.
your turn. They're just at the cusp of this kind of hole in the wall.
I don't believe. Let me check the range on magic missile. I don't think I can get anything with them. Oh god damn! Chilling touch is 120 feet,
Yeah, chill touch is far.
and so is magic missile. Okay, well I guess I
Yeah, you can get them.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then
Magic missile, the fairy fire one or something. How many beams do
Yeah.
you have already?
Magic missile doesn't
it's
benefit from
just
fairy
3.
fire.
Oh.
They're automatic hits.
Yeah.
I will cast magic missile on the one closest to us.
Okay.
Change the sheet and magic missile.
That is, surprisingly enough, damage to down him.
Let's go.
As you fire off the beads of force that fly out from your hands, they strike against him once, not twice, but 3 times, causing him to collapse on the ground.
Dang, if I had hit, I would have downed the other one too then.
Yep. Alright, and that brings us to Bale.
Alright, so if I dash, do I get 120 flying speed?
Yes.
Okay. So I am going to...
Oh, you could get in front of them.
Yeah, I'm going to dash and then drop down directly in front of the leading two.
Okay.
So, you know, like, you know what I'm saying. I would say directly in front of the leader.
Yep.
But I don't make an attack, so I think my rage is going to drop off by the time it comes around. Or wait, here let me link rage real quick just to be asked.
As you look forward in the tunnel, there are more of them.
Ooh,
There are about 5 more that are now turning around.
Bet.
We can take them.
5 more, you say?
I mean, you don't have to do the full. Oh, you already dashed.
So
over to 'em.
instead,
I would say with your first movement, you get to the point where you can see them in the bend in the tunnel.
Okay, well, let me see. Where was I? I think I was right here.
We're here, yeah.
So
Chuck
I
a
will
javelin
go.
at him.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
The one with fairy fire.
I'm
sure
gonna
you can hit that one.
go right there, and I'm gonna throw a javelin at the fairy fire dude.
Go for it.
With advantage, javelin. 23 for 8 points of damage.
He takes a pretty serious blow, but is still up.
Mm-hmm. Let me mark off another javelin.
Bringing us to the Arcanist, she's casting Mending. It is Story's turn.
Oh, did I DC?
Story?
No.
Nope, you're here.
Okay, cool.
Oh, it's my turn?
It's your turn.
You've been putting
Mhm.
you've been putting the other person.
She is casting Mending.
Yep. I just wanted to make sure she didn't stop.
Yep.
How do I see the initiative order?
You don't.
We just remember.
I have it written down.
Okie doke.
For the power of paper.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna spend all of my movement. Like I'm using my action to dash to get up closer.
Are these dwarves like fully dead?
Oh, they're
or-
super dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They're so dead they're part of the map.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. Poor dwarves.
Rip these men. They were good men. They'll be missed.
All right.
And, that's all I've got going for him right now. I can't get any closer. No one's looking hurt enough for me to healing words yet. So I'm a little low on spell.
Okay, and with that, they're going to dash on their turn, and they're going to disappear into the tunnel. And the ones that were in the tunnel also head back down the tunnel.
I don't think we're gonna be. I'm the only one that probably has a chance to catch him, and then I'd be alone. So
Well, it's you and Bale, because Bale moves very fast. You could
Yeah,
he got fly.
you have options available to you as a group. I want to say you guys can.
We said that there were 5 more of them though.
I will give you the option to either remain in initiative and give chase, or give chase out of initiative, or you can stop.
It's 8 versus 4. Like I feel like we can take them.
I think we could take him.
Fuck it. Give chase.
Yeah, I think we should give chase.
All right, do you-
Initiative or not?
I don't think we
Whoa.
should chase.
Hmm.
Because they were trying to attack the orb, and who's to say that the other parts of the Fellflame hold needs help?
Listen, we can't defend the whole Fellflame hold, but we
No,
got
I-
these dudes in front of us.
Yeah, I agree, but I feel like whatever machinations brought them here, we'll either bring them back or keep them close,
Well, this was their only entry point.
that we know of. We should recover and see what we can learn from the destruction.
Elron,
You guys have other
what's your call,
thoughts?
dude? Me and Story want to give chase. What do you think?
I think we should give chase.
Yep.
Kill these fucking things.
Do we do it in initiative or out? Do you think?
If
Sorry.
you do it out of initiative, you all move together. Is the difference?
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. So, giving chase, you run through these handcrafted tunnels, and you notice signs of chiseling and all sorts of, like, you see broken pickaxes kind of casually tossed off to the side. You see smoother areas where maybe magic had been used to fucking craft the tunnel. But you give chase, running at basically like top speed, and you can hear them ahead of you. And you can see that 1 or 2 of them ahead of you have torches, and they take the torches and they put them out.
I cast Prestidigitation and turn them back on immediately.
Well, they put them out in like a barrel of water. And they drop them, and they're ahead of you is darkness.
Wild
In the
drift
tunnel.
globe. Give us daylight.
I yell mayonnaise.
Okay, as you yell
It's
mayonnaise,
the drift globe.
you see them kind of run past what appears to be some sort of a wooden fortification in the tunnel, and they kind of like round corners, and you can see ahead of you is a much larger room. You're probably about 60 feet away from this much larger room.
Oh, excuse me, the activation word is pickle, it's not mayonnaise. Huh.
Yeah, I think we just fucking chase him.
Yep. Let's keep going.
Fuck it. In we go.
Okay, stand by. So directly ahead of you is a wooden door that is closed in this tunnel. Actually, let me just go ahead and do this.
You have thaumaturgy, right, Story? Can you blow the door open as we approach it?
If it's unlocked,
We also have muscles. And,
Well,
you know,
it's
I
as
can do
soon
it
as
from 30 feet away.
yeah, as soon as she's in range, she could try, and if it doesn't work, then we just bust it down with brute force.
Okay, so you cast thaumaturgy on the door as you're running forward. So you slow down a bit. You
As
cast
soon as I get in range, I
yeah.
try.
You cast thaumaturgy and the door busts open, and with the light you have, you can see about this far into the room. And you can tell that the sides of the room are much wider than you were expecting. You guys are running forward. Do you continue to rush forward?
I think we're moving forward.
Yeah,
Yep,
I think
I think we're running.
or wherever
we're
we
trying to
are.
catch up.
Okay, so when you finally cross the threshold, who was the last
Okay.
person inside the room?
It'd be
Probably Story because she was
I'm usually
casting.
bringing
Okay.
up the rear, yeah.
All right, stop there. So as you rush into the room, as you're the last person in the room, a massive portcullis slams shut behind you. And then in the darkness of the room, only your globe providing a very small amount of light in this massive space, you hear bump, 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 and you hear drums. And you see one guy here with, hold on, let me fucking reveal. One guy with a torch.
While they're
And
casting
he
daylight.
and he lights the torch next to him, and it reveals a little bit more. And he begins to walk around the room lighting torches, and you just hear the sound of rhythmic beat of drums in the room.
So this is not
Dang.
where the hobgoblins are in, or they came in here and all jumped up on the side.
They came in here, and you don't know where they went. But as he walks around and lights all of the torches, let me move this token real quick.
There's so many more.
Mortal Kombat.
I feel like we made a smart decision, and we definitely won't die here.
Who was the one who said, "Let's not give chase"?
The individual in full plate armor, standing on a throne, illuminated by the flames. The sound of beating of drums getting faster and faster as you all step inside. He stands up and raises one hand up, holding a long sword in the other. And he says, in common, surprisingly enough, "Well now, what do we have in my domain? More fuel for the pit, more adventurers come seeking vengeance for the dwarven usurpers. Speak. I speak your tongue. I assume you can speak mine."
I shout back up to this gentleman in Goblin. I'm like, "We have come to challenge the arena!" And I hold up my giant's mace as we're in this giant coliseum, it seems.
"We are not creatures without honor. Should you survive, you will be allowed to leave." And with that,
Back.
While they're talking, could I have handed my thieves tool? Could I have cast Mage Hand and handed my thieves tools to it?
On a portcullis?
it's a portcullis.
Do you know how
There's
those
a
work?
Behind you.
gate behind it.
It's a portcullis
It
behind
is
you.
a solid piece of iron that is slammed down and is held there by the force of gravity. A giant.
what?
Like,
It is.
If he
It is.
wants to try
It
and
is.
lockpick
It
the
is.
portcullis,
But it is not locked. It is heavy.
who are we to stop him?
No, is a portcullis a door?
It is. It is technically a door.
But it goes up and not out.
And with that, all of the drumming at the same time stops.
Mhm.
And the leader at the front raises their hand, and you hear though it sounds like chains moving from right
yeah.
next to him. And finally, there is a clank. It says, "Prepare yourselves, and good luck."
I step
As
forward
a
and I salute.
massive fucking troll slams out from behind the standard that he's draped in and
Alright.
cries at you. Roll initiative.
I cry back. Just like whimpering, like, "Oh."
Fucking rip.
Yo, I gotta roll. Oh,
It don't
Hey,
matter.
there's that 4 again.
Troll's
Damn.
going first.
I'm standing in the back.
Oh well, what is the troll's dex? I mean, does natural 20 automatically go first on initiative?
It's a good question.
Good answer.
What did story roll? 18?
Oh, 18.
18.
Once again, I gotta go through my monster manuals.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I
your
can,
initiatives have been Oof, today.
I'm
so
just
far.
saying.
You know what?
I can thaumaturgy the portcullis open, and we can just leave.
You could try.
With
I
the
could
troll
try.
chasing us.
Hey, I could thaumaturgy it closed. I could pretend it's 4th edition, and I'll spend my action point.
Mm-hmm.
I like pretending. Pretending's fun.
It's
Fun,
and
right,
as I lay there on the ground, smashed into a pile, while I pretend I have action points.
Why is it so hard to find this entry? Here we go.
You're looking under T for troll. You should be
Yeah,
looking
that's-
under F for savage gladiator troll.
Oh, Savage Gladiator Troll, got it.
Yep.
It did win initiative, as a note. So it's gonna go first. Alright, so it's gonna move 1 space short.
Ooh, baby.
And it is gonna dash
Mm-hmm.
and get in range.
Lovely.
And that is its action. And that'll be Elrond.
I'm gonna go, let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to get behind it. And I'm going to try to shove the Hungering Blade, like, right at, like, the middle of the back, like when you can't reach and you can't touch that one spot
Put a
right in the middle.
sticker
of
on
the-
his back.
Go for it.
And since he's flanked,
You have advantage because he's being flanked.
advantage.
So you're gonna say you're gonna shove him into us. I'm like, we're already touching.
Hungering Blade. And I'm gonna leave it
Yes.
15. You are going to release the Hungering Blade. Okay.
in there. And then I'm going to bonus action disengage. Oh wait, no, I think I did a full 30.
Yeah,
So
just like that. It's a perfect image.
So then it's 2d4 plus 2 at the beginning of each of
Your
the
turns.
beginning of my turn.
Your turn.
Cool.
Alright, that is your turn.
That will.
You said you were going to disengage.
Yeah,
so-
you said you're disengaged. Do you
I-
want to move?
No, I actually I'm out of movement, so I don't
Okay.
disengage is pointless. I would like to have Elrond land on Wilder's shoulder though, and give him the help action.
Okay.
Do you,
Elrond or Owlin?
Owlin is going to land on Wilder's shoulder. and give
can
the
you
help
dodge as a
No.
action.
what's it called?
I don't think
Action?
I
Okay.
can, no, it's just disengage, dash, and
Hide.
Okay, cool.
Alright, story. It's your action.
Okay. Dun 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 dun.
Ah, you fool!
Sorry,
This one.
could I offhand attack too? I forgot I could do that.
Yes, you can.
Just click that real quick. Get rid of sneak attack. Get rid of
Send it!
advantage. Oh, would I still get advantage with flank though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I just don't get sneak attack more than once.
The 7 unfortunately does not hit, as the silver dagger does not penetrate through its thick hide.
Cool.
Levitate would be funny, but I don't think it'll work because of
I'd-
Troll's constitution.
I was making a Lord of the Rings joke. I completely forgot you had fly.
Alright, you are still flying.
No, I was thinking of levitating the troll, so it would just be suspended in the air.
Mm.
But I have a feeling like that might not go well. So I'm going to try and fairy fire, and the cube is going to be like basically like catch just the troll. If you imagine like the edge of it, like I can sort of draw it.
Okay, it is fairy fired.
Heyo.
Hey, pink troll.
As you release the burst of glittering energy in the air that sinks and collects on the troll, it's just like very confused about what's going on.
I'm gonna be like rah, 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 back at it,
Alright.
like mockingly.
And that will end your turn.
Yeah.
Alright, so it is the arena action.
Oh
Now
no.
did that troll growl in giant so that Wilder understood it?
I need Elrond to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
Oh boy.
as the crowd boos at you for your
Oh.
unsportsmanlike conduct.
Dang,
Hey.
Boo earns.
Is this a
Boo
charm
earns.
Is a wisdom saving throw. It is not a charm.
Oh fuck, I'm on advantage. Sorry.
There you go. Oh.
No, we'll take the 15, which succeeds. So you push out the booing crowd out of your mind. All right, and that will be Bale. It is your action. Boo earns.
Okay. I'm going to use my final rage of the day. And I'm going to attack him with the maul.
Go for it.
It's the final rage of the day.
It is fairy fired, so the 19 will
for
hit
11.
for 11 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that'll end your turn.
Yep, that's action, bonus action.
All right, it's gonna go ahead and go, and it's gonna at the beginning of its turn, it's going. You watch as the wounds that you've caused on it slowly begin to close.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, it goes before me?
It does. No, sorry. You go next. Sorry.
Wunderbar.
It is your turn, Wilder. That's my.
It rolled so good. It
I
gets to go
apologize.
faster.
No, you're good. It happens. Okay.
I was looking at the
What-
wrong initiative.
No, you're good. I rolled like trash. Okay. I can do... Does Chilling Touch do anything for it? Ooh, I'm gonna cast Chilling Touch on the troll.
Okay, go ahead.
As I lag to the screen.
I believe that is a saving throw of some sort.
Yes, I believe...
That is make a ranged spell attack, and you rolled a 4.
I'm gonna say that's...
Stand by. There's something wrong with your character sheet. You
Okay,
you missed,
standing by.
but
Standing by.
there we go. Can you hit that button again for me, please?
Sure.
There we go. But no, we'll take your first attack. You missed.
Okay.
As you fire off, the ghostly skeletal hand reaches out of the ground and tries to grab it, and just like stomps on the hand to crush it.
Oh, okay, I see what you're doing. Because
Is
it would have
there?
been
That's
rolled at...
ghosted.
Yeah, it would have added your
or
intellect.
Okay, I see.
And your proficiency and
It's
stuff.
an attack.
It'd have been 10.
I'm assuming that's still a miss.
Anything else you'd like to do, Wilder?
So
Although you would have advantage on the attack because of the Allen.
yeah.
Oh,
So you take the...
So he'll take the damage on the first number roll there, so the 8 necrotic.
okay. So it says, on a hit, the target takes 1d8 necrotic and can't regain HP points until the start of my next turn.
Cannot regain hit points. Yeah, that's correct.
Holy shit.
So you watch as the hand kind of runs up and grabs into one of the wounds and kind of stretches it open, and the wound's trying to close, but it's not doing so.
Oh fucking cool.
That's way more horrifying.
That's so fucking cool.
All right, and that'll end your turn.
Yes.
All right, so it'd be the troll's turn. He
time.
is pissed. So he's going to use his multi-attack. He's going to send one attack at Alden because of the assist.
Oh no.
And so it's going to be a claw at Allen, a claw, and a bite at Welder.
Oh no.
Alan,
Let's
Alan
see, the
Biggie
fairy
is
fire
11.
technically. The fairy fire technically helped too.
Oh shit, a 2! Alan might have
So-
lived!
So
It's okay.
he barely misses Allen,
Nice.
and I got a 16 to hit.
My AC is 18. That
Okay,
is
so he
success.
slams down on the ground, causing the earth to shake next to you, and lunges for you for a bite, and you just barely manage to shove him off of you before he clamps down.
Wilder, you have nature, right?
I'm sorry?
Like, as a proficiency, you have nature?
I do not. I have
No.
Arcana, History,
Damn.
Perception, and Survival.
Ron, it is your turn.
Didn't.
Go ahead and roll damage with the
So
Hungering
it-
Blade.
Oh yeah, 2d4 plus 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ash roll. 2d4 plus 4.
Okay, it's going to take 12 points of damage.
Whoa! Cap damage.
as the dagger pulls itself out and then re-stabs back in.
Then I guess I'm going to pull out my rapier instead, since my dagger wasn't. Oh, actually, I want to try this. I'm gonna hit it with poison spray to see how it reacts to it.
Sure, go ahead and link that for me.
Hit us with poison spray?
No, it only hits one target.
Okay, thank you.
As a Constitution saving throw,
Yep, DC 12.
it passes with flying colors, as your poison spray does not seem to affect the troll.
Alright, there's a shot.
Alright, it's Story's turn.
Okay. I'm feeling very comfortable in the back
Were you
of...
gonna do anything else with Alan? Just before we get too far.
Yes, that's right.
Good call.
Oh yeah, he can fly up away to safety.
Okay, good.
Just like
I don't
covering
want
his
Alan to die.
If I'm correct, he ignores opportunity attacks.
Yes.
Okay.
Just so you don't lose Alan. Well, it's a fake creature, so you just resummon it when you...
Yeah. Well, and I can't. I
Okay.
have the ability to resummon 3 times right now, currently. So.
Got it. I just
I'm
don't
gonna
want you to
move.
lose Alan.
Yeah, I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I still have line of sight currently.
Yes.
And I'm gonna vicious mockery him and be like, "Your mom smells so bad. Even your dad left."
Alright,
Whoa.
we will take 2 points of psychic damage.
It has disadvantage on his next attacks, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
this
on
is-
his next attack.
Next attack
So
roll.
if it
yeah.
multi attacks, it'll just be the first one.
Okay, and that will end your turn, Story.
And then I move 1 more, so I'm like behind this barrier.
Okay, so we're gonna do at the end of when your turn's over, it's gonna be the lair action. And as the troll begins to wind up for another hit, you hear the crowd cheer, and you watch as it has a renewed sense of vigor.
So many indicators on this
That's a
troll
lot.
already.
That's a lot.
So it has advantage, disadvantage.
Does that just cancel it out?
Okay,
No,
so
we don't.
it's gonna go ahead and be Bale's turn.
All right. Same deal. I'm gonna attack with the maul.
So wait, if it has advantage and disadvantage, does that cancel out?
They
So
would
if some-
cancel out. We don't know if it has advantage yet, though.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. My apologies.
Fairy Fire gives us advantage against it. It shouldn't be able to be able to cancel that out, even if it has advantage attacks against us.
17 for 10 points of damage.
Yes, 10 points of damage as you slam the greatsword in its side, causing a pretty.
Maul. It's the maul.
Okay,
I just don't
the
have
maul.
a button.
Got you. We'll make you one of those. As you slam the maul into its side, it kind of doubles over with the force of the blow. Better for you?
I think that's gonna do it. Yeah.
Alright, Wilder, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm going to eke to the left, so I kind of space myself a veil, and I'm going to attack it with the necrotic touch again. Or I'm going to touch it with chill.
Yeah, you do have advantage because of the
Gonna-
fairy fire.
Gonna do the
Alright,
thing.
Thank you. I'm going to do the thing.
A 16 does hit
Let's go.
for 6 more points.
Yep.
And it cannot heal until the end of your
It's
next
gonna-
turn.
Just going to keep touching it.
Dr. Bad Touch.
Alright, and if that ends your turn, it will be the troll's turn. The first attack it has is a disadvantage. This will be its bite. We'll say this is against Wilder. So that is going to be a 20 to hit.
Okay, it does hit.
Plus 10? Oh, it got... I see what happened.
Disadvantage. Yeah.
So go ahead and take 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay, so 1, 2,
And it is going to go ahead and take its other 2 attacks. One's going to be at Bale with a claw, and the other one's going to be at you, Wilder, with a claw.
Okay.
Let's fucking go, boys!
All right. Party time.
Oh no. I can't cut one.
Wilder, take 21 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Bale, Take 14 points of slashing damage, reduce to 7 because you're raging.
I know what I'm doing next turn.
Let's go! Single file solar system right there.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Single.
I
It's not
am-
you. Someone.
I know. I got you.
I mean, it does not regenerate because of the hand kind of ripping on its wounds.
My touchingness.
Elron, it is your turn. At the top of your turn, roll damage.
You. I'm glad you got some good rolls today.
Finally.
Made up for the one.
9 points.
These 4s I'm rolling.
Yes.
It's...
Alright, and now I'm gonna pull my rapier out with the hand that was holding the dagger
Hmm.
and advantage sneak attack it with that. And then I'm going to offhand without sneak attack with the silver dagger.
Okay.
I really wish I had enthrall for this fight because I would just be in the center of the room telling everyone
That's
bedtime
18
stories.
points. Piercing altogether.
Both strikes successfully strike true and deal a pretty solid amount of damage. It is looking pretty rough.
He's looking touched.
Will that end your turn?
Yeah, that'll end my turn.
Alright, and that will bring us to story.
Okay. Gonna move out from behind my hidey hole, and I'm gonna have the mandolin unstrung from my back, and using its one spell charge, I'm going to be casting Cure Wounds at 3rd level,
Okay.
and it's on Wilder.
So Wilder, go ahead and get back 22 hit points. And she strums the mandolin to heal you.
It's like we all just need to feel a little better.
I feel a lot
Abolish
better.
gravity.
Will that end your turn?
I'm wondering if I want to use inspiration. Bale goes soon. This thing's looking really hurt, right?
It's
Or
looking, yeah,
pretty
it's
hurt?
looking pretty hurt.
It's entirely up to you.
I'm gonna burn a point of bardic inspiration, and just be like, Bale, you gotta kill this fucking thing. I hate this guy.
I feel inspired.
Okay. That'll end your turn story.
That's it.
I need Elron again to give me a wisdom saving throw from the layer action.
Oh, it's 1d4. I'm like,
Remember,
dang,
you have
you're coming up with the
advantage
ones.
on these because
Yeah.
of Hero's Feast.
Alright, a 14 is good enough to save.
Let's go.
You are not
Burns.
affected by the jeering crowd.
Who earns?
Everyone don't keep up.
Bale, it is your action.
I'll rinse and repeat. I'm gonna hit him with the maul. 24 for
go.
15 points of damage.
Let's
Bale,
with that fucking
how would you
damage
like to do
roll.
this?
All right. I want to swing and kind of like break his knee sideways, and then as he falls forward, just like crush his skull with the maul.
Thankfully, he cannot regenerate on his turn, or else you would not kill him. However, because of Wilder's magic stopping his regeneration, you slam his knee with the butt of your maul, and then he topples over, and you swing back and slam down, and just Gallagher melting his head over the arena.
Sick.
Are any of the hobgoblins in the splash zone?
No, because it's just all over the ground.
Pull my dagger out of the thing's back.
Okay. Again, it comes out clean. There's a silence that
And I
fills.
shout, any other challengers?
Oh my god, no, please, no.
I immediately clamp my hand over Elrond's mouth.
They have no idea what he said, and I said, we have bested your champion in Goblin. I'm like, and I just kind of like hold up the great mail.
So I'm
or
gonna
giant's
I'm gonna step up to the leader-looking guy. And I'm gonna say,
Yeah, he jumps down off the platform and lands and walks over to you. His sword's on his belt.
I'm gonna say, "What's your name, friend?"
Friend.
Oh my god.
I think friend is as far as stretch. However, you have bested the arena. You are free to leave. My kind will not trouble you any longer.
Cool, we leave.
He just turns around and leaves. However, since a brilliant display of skill was performed here, he looks towards Bale, who got the killing blow. You may ask one boon of me.
Boo earns.
Free. There will come a time very soon when we are traveling through the veins. We seek free passage as far as your people are concerned.
He raises up his hands and addresses the crowd. And there's a lot more hobgoblins here than are pictured. He raises his hand and just goes, "Let it be known," he says in Goblin, so you don't understand what Wilder does. "Let it be known that these 4 individuals shall pass through the veins unharmed. If any of you," and he kind of points out the crowd, "if any of you fight this decree, I will put you to the sword." There, it is done. He returns to common.
I look at him again. The younger commander, the one I threw to the fire. What was his name?
He wasn't there for that.
Ashlyn.
Ashlyn. I will pray for him, and I
that's
give a
fitting.
bow on my head.
He died a warrior's death, performing the will of the gods. Since you successfully completed our trial and did not try to escape or weasel or attack my people in the stands, I will call off the attack on the Dwarven homeland. But I need you to go back and tell them to stay out of our territory.
I incline my head. It will be done.
Okay, I'm gonna try and thaumaturgy the portcullis open.
Well, he raises his hand and the gate begins to open.
Oh, I wanted to try and do it.
It wouldn't have worked.
I just see like Story like trying to like lift it up on her own, and then it just like lifts up, and you're like,
Well, it'd be a magic thing. Alright, let's GTFO.
And with that, I think
Alright.
I think that's a good place to call a game for today.